Hello everybody, I am Manakyn and this is the power of Bonito. Welcome to stream 100. The light's on. Welcome to stream 100. Apparently this is stream 100. I don't even know. I've lost track of it. But hello, welcome back. We're playing 100 Line. This is the power of Bonito. I don't know what's going on with my life right now, but I am enjoying this game. We are almost at the end, I think. Probably this and like one or two more endings. I think we have to get like the main end. There's like the true ending, but then there's also like the real ending, or I don't know. We have to solve the mystery route. Okay, I think once we solve the mystery route, everything will be complete. That's my belief. Anyway, yeah, it's 100 line time. Man, this game is such a trip. This game has been such a freaking trip. I have enjoyed every second of it too. Yeah, I hope you guys have as well. Woo! Where is the... Here. Alright. Here comes some 100 line. With no sound, apparently. There we go. Alright, so last time, Ato requested that we get him some epic sunglasses. So we're out to get some epic sunglasses. Let's see what Sirei is up to. Hey, Sirei! If the truth is agonizing, I'll just erase your memories! Okay, so last time we agreed to fight for humanity, and Ato wants some epic sunglasses. Alright, anyway, here we go. Alright, who should we take to do some epic exploration? We can do... Let's take Yuzugamu. Let's take Takamaru. And let's take Gaku. Because Friday is for the boys!
Ready to go?
What is this? Oh, we need more female characters. No, none of that. We here for the boys, baby. Alright, let's go look for some stuff. A Takumi X Gaku? Oh no. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. Oh, we're just going down there? That should be pretty quick. Okay, we got this. We'll start with a 2. Boing, boing. You find a small pond. Fish it.
Ooh, a little something for me.
It's the one you... Oh no, Takumi X Gaku. God, you guys and your yaoi ships. Oh, frickin' god. There's a first aid kit. Take them.
Ooh, a little something for me.
What do you mean? That Takumi is my... Wait. Am I still straight, Takumi? Yeah, we got a invader plushie. Am I good? Questionable. Yes. You're the one making Yugamu confused about his sexuality. It's not my fault! Yugamu's the flower girl. You guys are awful. How's it going, Snap? Oh, I didn't even say hi to people. Hello, Sams. Hello, Kemjo. Hello, Kiyoma. Hello, Dumb. Hello, Snap. What should I do with the remote? Shake it.
We did it.
You find neglected bronze statue. Pat its head.
Might as well take it.
Alright, you found a creepy straw effigy in the temple ruins. Burn it. Three. Oh, oops. Oh, well. All right. We got the boys.
Rev it up.
Hell yeah. Oh, this is great, man.
Wait. Let's freaking go.
Takumi, what are you doing?
Heads up.
Wait, we're outside the school. We don't have to revive a medic. Takumi, no!
I'm ready for whatever you got. Shit, fall back.
Let's do this.
Oops.
Let me at him. Let him loose. Yes.
Anyway. Mondo's made you believe that all bikers have dogs? Maybe. But turns out bikers die. Alright, let's go. One. Heal him? I can't! He's dead! You pick up a black ore. Break it open.
Ooh, a little something for me.
You look at a raggedy-looking bridge. Find another way. We went back 3 spaces. And we're back. You're the one making the biker I don't know what you're talking about. It was Takumi's fault. You find a creepy suit of armor. Inspect it. We got iron armor.
We did it.
Here. You find a creepy effigy. Burn it. I don't trust those things, man. If Resident Evil has taught me one thing, it's always burn the creepy things. God, who's gonna steal everything now? Maybe. Alright, we find an abandoned research lab. Start flipping switches. Copper ore.
I found a little something.
Takumi, do you want this gemstone? I'm not like, it's not like a gift or anything. I apparently like women. Apparently. Where are we going? Ah, over there. You find a shooting game. Aim for the heavy-looking gem. The gem didn't budge an inch. The gem didn't budge an inch. Ricocheting pebbles hit Yugamu. Oh God, is this what I get for being straight? You fall. We'll make our own stairs.
Yes.
You find an old jewelry store. Gaku's acting weird. Gaku stole a diamond! Oh, you know what? That's okay.
I found a little something.
Wait. Yugamu took it from him. Oh, man. Oh. Hey guys,
Freaking go.
I'm still dying over here. You guys want to help? No? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's fine.
Let's go. Good to go. Time to use it. Let's do this.
You were wrong about who the thief was.
That. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm taking this diamond to make some pheromone.
I've got this.
What is wrong with me? A lot of things. That's the answer.
My turn. Take that. Ooh, a little something for me.
What do we even have? Oh, we need some cloth. We got some good amount of cloth this time around. There we go. All right, looks like we got everything. The best pheromones are dollar bills. Man, we got some freaking gold diggers here. We went our separate ways. And we were back at school. Welcome back, Takumi. How'd it go? Do you find what I was asking for? This is it. I handed over the items. Well done. Thank you. It's such a big help. What are you planning on using these for? Oh, there's some epic shades that I want from the Gift-O-Matic. What are you making? You don't have to be so suspicious. It's nothing that's gonna hurt any of you. If it's gonna harm anyone, I suppose it would be me. Anyway, thanks to you, I have everything I need, and my mind is made up. About? You're all going to meet in the cafeteria tomorrow, right? You'll just have to look forward to finding out then. I'm gonna have these awesome shades, and everyone's gonna be jealous. It's so exciting. Okay. Anyway, bye. Eito left with his usual grin. What's up with him? Man, my epic Ray-Bans are gonna, people are gonna be so jealous!
Get ready for you. Glory to the...
Eito said something that would happen in the cafeteria. I don't know, but I don't have a good feeling about it. I'll go. You have a goofy drawing. I mean, honestly, me reading you guys bedtime stories is like the perfect time to do like stupid stuff. Or homework. Wait, that's stupid stuff. Oh, hey, Emma. Good morning, Mr. Sumino! Say, last night I saw Mr. Outsky and Sirei sneaking around. They might be plotting something. I thought I'd better report it to you, team leader. Also, can I have $20? Kako emptied my wallet last night on DraftKings. She lost every bet! Please, Mr. Sumino! Anyway, I have a recipe to work on in the cafeteria. Bedtime stories, it's 4 in the afternoon. It's time for all good boys and girls to go to sleep. Eito and Sirei, huh? Is anyone running around the hallways? Nope. There was no sign of Eito when I got into the cafeteria. Where's Eito? Yeah, don't tell me you're worried about him. What are you, like, Yaoi? No, not, wait, you're Yaoi? I could be Yaoi, right? I don't have to be straight, right? It's not like I'm attracted to women. I don't know what I did. Why would he say all that just to not show up? What's he up to? I like how the lore has shifted. Well, Kako has gone from gambling on imaginary waifus to gambling real money. Sabra, by the way, like, Dad's not here. At that very moment. Yo, check out my epic Ray-Bans! Sirei came into the cafeteria, leading Eito by the hand.
Yeah.
Sorry for the wait. So, wait, did he blind himself?
Huh?
The wait? For what? And why are you two holding hands? Takumi, you can hold my hand. I'm supposed to say no homo, right? No homo? I mean, it could be.
Oh, when did you two get so friendly? Sirei and Eito sitting in a tree.
It's not like that. He's just lending me a hand, as it were. I hate this game. Ah!
You trying to look badass with those shades?
Get out of here, Arcane. Hello, Arcane. How's it going, Lucky?
Because you look like a goof to me. My shades are way cooler. I'm definitely not jealous.
Come on now. I went out of my way to make these with the Gift-O-Matic. The Gift-O-Matic? It's going slow and steady. Thank you, Arcane. Thanks for asking. Don't tell me you made me go exploring so you could just make a pair of Ray-Bans. Of course I did. Aren't you jealous?
Hey!
I did all that for those?
Oh.
How long are you gonna keep them on? I already think you're, am I allowed to call them adorable now that I'm straight? You are a very nice-looking man, so you can take them off. Should I? I don't mind, but are you sure you'll be all right? Nope.
What does that mean?
Takumi, isn't Eito acting a little strange? It's almost like he blinded himself or something. Strange how? His reactions are off. Where is he look? Eito, my eyes are up here. Eito, where do you think you're looking? Yeah, but your body's down there. Here, Kinuko's jealous that her glasses aren't shades. True. Something's not quite right about him. Something's not quite right about him. Let me talk to Tsubasa! Hey, Eito.
Oh.
Yes, Takumi? Nozomi's right. Something's off. His reactions are clearly different. It's hard to tell with those sunglasses, but he doesn't seem to be looking me in the eyes. Eito, where are you staring at? Eito, my eyes are up here! Eito, could you take those sunglasses off? I don't mind. I just worry you may not like what you see. Now that headcanon is that blind Eito is blind and a creep. Yeah, he totally he stares at women, like, constantly, and he uses blind as an excuse. With that, Eito took the sunglasses in his hand, removing them with an awkward motion. Wait, how is he going to fight? We all gasped. I love how the choice for background characters in this scene is Takumi, Nozomi, and Shoma. Look at how love and peace I am! There was nothing behind them. Nothing in place where his eyes used to be. What do eye sockets look like? I don't want to find out, but just two gaping black holes. Actually, no, I do know what they look like, because I had a history teacher who lost his eye. He had an eye patch, and every once in a while, the eye patch would ride up. And, like, when I first saw what was behind his eye patch, I was so freaked out, but then I got used to it.
Eito, your eyes!
I know, they're beautiful, right? I have them right here in my pocket. You want to see?
Yes, sorry to disturb you. I took them out. Took them out? Here, see for yourselves.
Oh my god, they're actually in his pocket! Eito extended a hand in the center of his palm.
I gouged my eyes out last night, all on my own.
Well, hashtag oops.
Pretty clean work, isn't it? I thought I'd hold on to them as a keepsake.
The forbidden gummies. Oh God, don't make me think about that.
Like a parrot with an umbilical cord.
No, that's not how it works. I mean, to be fair, like, he was forced to live in such extreme conditions in his memories, because the memories aren't real, right? Like, of constantly hating, like, living in fear of everyone around him. It's like, that can drive someone to do crazy things, so to an extent, I kind of understand. Yeah, Takamaru's like,
Hey, so, can I get a pair of shades too?
Eito put his sunglasses back on and responded. Exactly. So I wouldn't have to look at your ugly faces. That's the reason? Why would you do that? Was looking at Takumi that horrible? Oh, yes! I couldn't stand it! Until now, I believed my eyes were righteous eyes that reflected the hideousness of mankind! But that was nothing more than a false memory. Just manufactured hatred. I knew it was all a lie. But so long as I had these eyes in my head, I couldn't help but loathe you. This was my only option that could change that.
Uh-huh.
Wait, does that
I'll give it to you straight. I want you to let me back on the team.
Oh. I mean, you were already fighting along the side. Yeah. You know, we could have just... We could have just taped over your eyes and just left it at that. You didn't have to... Yeah. I'll give it to you straight. You want to give it to me? How? No, I don't want that. Wait, you've got to be kidding. We're not falling for that. You're just planning on stabbing us in the back later, huh? Eito's such a hater that when he finds out his hate was fake, he unhated. He fights my smell now. They're close. Should have just used flex tape. I sawed my eyeballs in half. Don't be ridiculous. I can't even see your back anymore. Am I supposed to laugh at that?
Yeah.
By the way, I re-registered Aotsuki into the Revive-O-Matic after the defense battle the other day. I also tweaked his settings so that now that he's revived, he'll come back exactly the way you see him. LOL! Blind kid! I'm making fun of disabled people today. Classic Sirei. He asked me to do it for him yesterday.
That's what you were doing with him? So even if Eito gets murked...
Wait, that's my word.
And comes back, he's not gonna be able to see?
This is an expression of my commitment. Now that I can't see your ugly visages, I don't have to hate you anymore. Won't you accept me as your comrade? I genuinely do want to fight with you, and hold you, and care about you. But now he can get disability benefits. Yeah, I can get a disability and food stamps now. Wait, no, I think food stamps have been... Well, after the government shut down. If anyone's dealing with difficulties out there, I hope you're doing well. Is he being serious? Wait, I'm on food stamps. Oh, God! But why this all of a sudden? It's not sudden at all. It's been on my mind ever since I found out about the truth. Honestly, before then, ever since Takumi spared my life and took me back, until now, I despised all of humanity. So I kept everyone at arm's length. I even killed my own family. Or so I was made to believe. Oh. Stop that, controller. What? There's nobody that I love.
Oh.
As for my family, I killed them. I couldn't bear to be around such hideous creatures. I just couldn't help myself. I was made to believe that destroying mankind and all its hideousness was my sacred duty. But it was no more than a false motive born from false memories. I hated them so much I disconnected his controller. My hatred. My righteous, special eyes. All the suffering I felt, spending time around ugly human beings. Every last second was a mere glitch. I can't. Speaking with a quivering voice, Ato dropped his eyes on the floor.
I can't stand it.
Oh! Well, I guess he's not looking through his eyes anytime soon. He crushed his own eyeballs with a vigorous stomp of his heel. I felt empty. I'm sure all of you did too. Also, quickly... But despite that, you got back on your feet and started to move on. Even though you were betrayed and manipulated, you decided to fight for your comrades. I never imagined I would feel this way, but it was beautiful to me. Beautiful. Yeah, Takumi is beautiful. Apparently, I like women. I had another thought, too. Everything I'd seen so far was entirely surface level. It would be better for me to tear my eyes out. If I did, then I'd be able to see your innate beauty. And that's why you did this. By the way, I burned out my nasal mucosa, too. I wouldn't have been able to bear the stench of you otherwise.
This asshole can't be serious.
Honestly, I still feel like humanity ought to be wiped out for all I care. If anything, those feelings have only grown. But I can still fight if it's for all of you. I can bear humanity's sins and fight for my beautiful comrades, who are in turn fighting for each other.
I guess he likes us because we're not humans anymore.
It seems that although I once hated you, I've actually grown to love you.
Yay!
Oh,
You can't just confess like that.
You gotta do it at SummerSlam!
Yeah, he can't smell his way through the battle either. So I'll ask you once more. Allow me to rejoin the team and be your comrade. I want to fight alongside you for what little time remains. Well, goddamn. Takumi, what do we do?
Shit, bro, it's hard to think that he's lying. Like, if he's so resolved that he gouges his eyes out.
This is still the person who got in bed with the enemy. Figuratively, there's no telling how things might shake out. But it's clear we're not human. So what reason could Ato have to hate us? Besides me being such a dweeb, I mean, god dang it. We are trying to save humanity, though. And all the beautiful women, I think. You can't be serious! This freaking psycho ripped out his own dang eyeballs! If we consider our upcoming fight with Veshness, the more fight. How the heck is he gonna fight, actually, now that I think about it?
Screw that, I ain't getting behind this. I don't trust this freak!
He's the only person who literally got in bed with. That is true. Hey now, let's not argue. How about we listen to the opinion of our amazing, smart, powerful, loving team leader? Please, team leader. Oh, please. Well, Takumi, think very hard about whether we can really trust him. He did kill me before. Apparently. You love me more than him, right? I'm your girl, right? Tsubasa, don't look. I'd rather not get murdered again. I'm sure you understand. Well... Well, Takumi, will you let me join? Eito betrayed us. He did nothing but deceive us last time. He destroyed Sirei, he killed Hiruko, he framed Nozomi, and in the end, he killed Shion. But he's not the same person he was back then. He's different. And now he knows the truth. And right now, we need all the fighting power we can get. Can we really trust him? Should we trust him? Can I really say for certain he won't ruin everything for us in the end? Most of me wants to accept him, but I'm going to reject him just to see one more ending. We'll go back to accepting him later. Sorry, Eito, but the streamer made me reject you. I get it. You don't have to spell it out.
Huh?
My other senses have been greatly heightened now that I've lost my sense of sight. I already know what you're going to say just from your general vibe. I know your vibe really, really well, Takumi. So well.
Huh.
I can also sense how agonizing this decision is for you. It's not like the streamer just chose it on a whim so he can get more content or something. You don't have to say any more. I'm not interested in putting you in yet another painful position. Eito. Who could blame you for not wanting me to join, right? Those glitched memories embedded in me may have been the root cause, but it doesn't change the fact that I chose to do what I did to you. But you destroyed your own eyes too. I did it because I wanted to, and certainly not to garner sympathy. I knew something like this wasn't going to be enough to regain your trust. I knew it wouldn't conveniently make us friends. I knew all of this, but I just couldn't help myself. I may lie to people on the outside, but I never lie to myself. It goes against my nature. Man, that's actually a philosophy that I live by. You can lie to other people, but you cannot lie to yourself. And I know that. Like, I always say that to people who I know are lying, and it always pisses them off, I will say. Because, you know, like, the moment you start to lie to yourself, nothing is real anymore. Like, you cannot, like, you do not have a semblance of reality anymore, so. Yeah, he'll never see a maid outfit again. Now that that's settled, if you'll allow this public nuisance to beat a hasty retreat. Retreat? Where? If you pay me $50 so I can fund my DraftKings account, I'll let you sleep in your room again. You're gonna leave? With your eyes like that?
Huh?
The invaders will get you! There won't even be a SummerSlam. Your ugly concern is most gratifying. There's no need to spare me any. Like I mentioned, my other senses are greatly heightened. I expect to have no issues handling the invaders I come across.
Oh.
I don't think you can fight blind regardless. This isn't Daredevil, okay? And this won't be my first time leaving the academy. I probably know more about the outside than any of you. It's too dangerous. Just because I don't want you back on the team doesn't mean I'll force you to leave. Stay in your cell and not interfere with any of us. You can stay. Have you forgotten this facility was built for the SDU? It's no place for someone who doesn't belong. Am I right, Sirei? You were about to say Daredevil. How's it going, Slippery?
Well, honestly, this facility was built because I was bored, but let's go with that. Outski is, sure, let's say he's correct. Anyone not recognized is naturally viewed as a dangerous element. An element that can only work to our detriment, never to our benefit. Therefore, he must leave.
That makes it easier for me to get over my feelings now, too. Now I no longer have to put up with your unbearable voices and smell.
Piece of chicken shit. Always the same right down to the end, huh? I shall be responsible for seeing you off. I expect you haven't gotten used to your newfound blindness. You may need a little bit of help in getting around. This is my duty and obligation as your commanding officer. And a good source of protein.
The commanding officer has spoken. The rest of you just stay put. Not like I could see your hideous mugs even if you did come. Besides, there is something I need to speak about in private with Sirei before I leave.
With, me?
If you don't mind, consider it my last wish.
Very well. You may tell me along the way. You are still considered a member of the SDU while on school grounds.
Thank you very much, obliged.
This is goodbye. Forever. You miserable freaks. And you may not think me sincere when I say this, but I pray from the bottom of my heart that you will win this war. Good luck.
Man, Ato is a mystery, man. We'll never actually know if he's being sincere. But I don't know. It's very difficult to put on an act for 70 days. So if I look, or 90 days even. So if I look back to the very first route, maybe there was a hint of him wanting to be friends, even if his ultimate goal was to kill humanity. But, you know, we also know that he wanted friends from the beginning in other routes. It's like, he wanted friends, but his condition refused to let him have them. Yeah. Under Sirei's guidance, I made my way carefully through Last Defense Academy in total darkness. Oh, jeez. I guess this is what he sees. I'm surprised he has any vision at all. Remember, being legally blind doesn't mean you can't see anything. It just means you have really bad vision.
Here's a few days worth of rations as a farewell gift from me. Your good source of protein. I'm an egg.
It's sad. It is kind of sad. This is surprisingly thoughtful, coming from someone who only cares about victory. I continued conversing with Sirei as I walked next to him in darkness. Hey, look! You can hear my thoughts! How's it going, Manakyn channel? It's me, Ato! It may have been the first time we'd ever spoken at leisure, as Sirei pronounces it. A manifestation of guilt for embedding those glitches in my brain?
Defects were inevitable. The brain is a complicated organ, and no one completely understands it. In fact, if we did understand it, we'd be replaced by AI. That's why I exist. It's no mean feat getting everyone combat ready with the limited time and resources we had available. There was no time for multiple rounds of testing or verification, although we did conduct an endless amount of simulations.
Even with that, out came someone like me. I don't know what to call this, but destiny. After Sirei and I finished talking, I left. Oh, after Sirei and I finished talking, I left LDA behind. I remained cautious of my bedarked surroundings as I moved through the city ruins, using my feet to feel the rubble. Even though I had proudly declared that I could handle myself, moving in total darkness was still rather mentally straining. Darkness. 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 Dang, this could be a Fallout Boy song. Darkness. Darkness. Everywhere I went, I was greeted by pure, undulled, adulterated darkness. Not a speck of light to be found. I couldn't be sure what was on the road ahead of me. Did anyone come to see me off? Even though I said there was no need. Maybe someone watched me walk away from the school until they could see me no more. No, that's not possible. What am I hoping for? You're hoping for friends, man. It's really sad, man. Eito wants friends, but his condition just prevents him from having them. Nobody there cares about me. I'm nothing but a traitor. Bugged to betray. But then again, this terrible defect reflected the repulsiveness of its creator, mankind itself. And I was equally repulsive for allowing them to lead me by the nose all this time. By the time I realized that, it was too late to do anything about it. I kept walking. My destination was second to LDA. Oh, that's probably a good idea, right? At least you'll be safe there. The invaders probably aren't going to attack it. Sirei had given me How the heck is Sirei going to give you directions?
Just keep going until you see the Burger King.
What does a Burger King taste like?
Well, it's a fast food of very old. It was processed and, well, it mostly tastes like chemicals.
Oh, I know that taste. He said it would give me a place to hide from inclement weather, and that there were probably leftover rations from there.
Hey, look, a map! He was like, here you go.
Is this a piece of paper?
No, it's a map.
So it's a piece of paper? Sirei likely told the others I would be heading there. Once they learned I wouldn't be ending up in a ditch somewhere. Those who had been even the tiniest bit concerned about my welfare would surely breathe easier.
How's it going, Panini? You'll be back still at work? Well, we're hanging out with Blind Eito.
Personally, I'd rather they not feel a single shred of guilt, even if anything should happen to me. They didn't chase me out. I decided on my own that I would leave. Although Sirei had given me directions, wandering through the ruins without sight, I couldn't tell for the life of me whether I was going in the right direction. But if I wanted to keep going, I had to put faith in the path that I had drawn up in my mind. There was also one more thing keeping me going. I wanted to witness how things would turn out for the others on day 100.
You guys remember when, what's his name? Ava and Takumi left? And they were, like, starving after 3 days? Meanwhile, Eito's blind and he's just fine.
They were special to me, even if we didn't manage to become friends. To someone like me, who used to be disgusted at the mere thought of having to coexist with hideous humans, I now knew those were just fake memories implanted into me.
The difference is Takumi is stupid.
That's true. Very true.
You can't starve if you have no eyeball. That's true. That's scientifically proven.
Still, These were people whom I had spent a staggering amount of time with. Dang. They took a school photo and everything. Even after discovering they were actually empty inside. That everything had been lies, built on lies. They still chose to support each other and blaze a trail through destiny. There was nothing we could trust. Nobody we could lean on. Fake memories, fake goals, fake backgrounds, fake families, fake friends, fake love, and fake hatred. Empty vessels made of fabricated falsehoods. That was all we were. What could such people even believe in? Yet they chose to believe in each other and to fight for each other to the end. Their revolting appearance and smell and voices still disgusted me to no end, but the feeling of camaraderie they shared was as real as they came. Watching them had made me forget all I had done and start wishing I could be a part of that too. But they weren't naive. Gouging out my eyes as a show of my commitment was never going to be enough to convince them to let a repeat traitor like me on their team. I had been ready to face rejection, but deep down, for just a short, fleeting moment, I entertained the thought that they might forgive me after all. Such an indulgent thought was... when had I become so naive? But now was not the time to dwell on such thoughts. I had to focus on walking. I'd arrive somewhere as long as I kept going. Right? Hey, Takumi? Why is Ato walking around in a circle in front of the Last Defense Academy? I don't know. I thought he said he was going to go to the second to last Defense Academy. Yeah, I don't think he realizes he's been walking around in a circle this entire time. So, should we tell him that he's not going anywhere? No, we should just let him walk around in circles for a few more hours before we see if he goes somewhere. No, okay. You think this will be a fun exhibit for SummerSlam? All I could do was keep walking and pray that I wasn't going around in circles right in front of the Last Defense Academy and all my friends were watching me and laughing at me. Pray? No. No God would listen to the prayers of an empty shell like me. Darkness clung to me. From the skies above to the ground below, all I could see was darkness with no adults. No gradients, no flickering, just blackness. I read in a book that humans invented fire out of fear of the darkness of night. When I read that, I mocked them as weaklings in my mind. The birth of fire had led to the birth of war. Humans wouldn't burn themselves up in the very same fire they saw. Oh, humans would burn themselves up in the very same fire they sought. There would have been peace had they not created such a thing and simply endured the darkness of night. How weak. How hideous. I remember thinking that once. Now, however, I knew how wrong I had been. It was not that they feared the night or failed to endure the darkness. They were afraid not to have light by their side. For light represented hope itself. And these eyes of mine would never see light again. Or maid outfits. was I feeling sad about that when I utterly despised everything I saw in the world? Day 80 question mark. This place! After a few days of nonstop walking, I stepped into a facility that felt all too familiar. This is... It would appear I managed to reach second to last Defense Academy. Oh, he's never actually been here. Actually, I suppose Eito's never been in here in any of the timelines. To be honest, I was beginning to wonder if Sirei had deliberately given me the wrong directions. I guess he's not as wicked as I had imagined. I naturally drifted into the direction of the cafeteria once I was inside. The layout of the school was almost exactly the same as the other one, like I had been told. This place would shield me from the elements as I waited out the remaining days. There'd be no fighting. I only had to wait here in safety until the missiles were launched and everything was over. But there were over 10 days left. I have to live in darkness until then. Oh man, he's just waiting for the missiles to wipe him out, huh? Or there was a faster way to end things. Oh, he's really thinking about it, huh? I opened the heavy bag I'd been carrying and traced my finger along what was inside. Oh, dang! His jacket is German? Hold on. I'm gonna look up what that means. 99 es schlecht Natur. Alright, what does it mean? It means 99 bad personalities. Something like that. It's a bad nature. Interesting. I knew what it was even though I couldn't see it. An undying flame bomb Sirei had developed. Activated using chemoanima. Powerful enough to take out even Veshness. Oh dang, it's like a contingency. This miniaturized version was still more than capable of reducing a human body to ashes. Skin, bones, hair. Everything would disappear. If Veshness comes for you, I would like you to use this device before she absorbs your cryptoglobin. That was what Sirei said when he handed this to me. However, I was not able to discern his true agenda. Did he really want me to blow myself up and take out Veshness with me, or was he simply giving me a tool to euthanize myself like an animal? There you are. I ran my finger over the detonator. Everything would end when I pressed this button while infusing hemoanima into it. I would be freed. From it all. Free from my fake memories, false hatred, an empty existence. Man, this is really sad, man. Eito's the biggest victim of everyone. Freed from the man called Eito Aotsuki.
Press it. Come on. It's all you have to do.
He doesn't want to die, man. At the end of the day, it's a lot harder to die than you might think.
Why can't you just press it?
My finger wouldn't respond. No matter how loudly and harshly I berated myself. Even though I knew pushing the button was all I needed to do to be freed from this pain, I still couldn't do it. Wanting to witness how things turned out for the SDU was merely an excuse. The actual reason I couldn't do it was because... When I realized what this feeling was, I had to laugh, despite myself. I was afraid. Afraid. Fearful. Spooked and daunted and anxious and just scared stiff. Death frightened me, even when I had nothing to live for. How could I not laugh at the irony of that? Death was no different from a life without purpose. Yet I feared it. Oh. I put the bomb on the floor, my hands trembling. Then I sat down on the floor as well, leaned against the wall. As I did, the fatigue of the few days walking got to me, and I felt groggy all of a sudden. My consciousness disconnected in the silent darkness. Wouldn't it be nice if death visited me now, so that I would simply slip into an eternal slumber, never to awaken again? But no, I would never be allowed to enjoy such a peaceful end. 2 days later. Oh, he doesn't even know the day. Oh! What was that? An unfamiliar voice, screaming. I knew something was wrong when I woke up to that. I could always pretend like nothing had happened, but my feet were already moving in the direction of the screams. As I ran, the smell of fire was so intense, it burned my nose. It was the stench of fighting. Wow, he can still smell that even though he burned his nose. That must be a pretty powerful smell. Or at least it's like burning. So you like feel the smoke. Screaming was coming from multiple people. Were they trying to get away from something? I guess he felt the smoke because like smoke in your nose feels different too. I ran out into the schoolyard and focused my hearing on what was happening outside the school. I could hear multiple sets of footsteps getting closer. Since I couldn't see their exact location, I simply waved in the general direction. He's like waving like to like a street lamp. Hey, over here! Over here! I kept waving. Oh, I see people. Barely. Looks like a kid. That seemed to work. The frantic footsteps became louder and louder. I raised my hand to indicate I wasn't holding weapons. As I did, the approaching group stopped at a distance from me. They were panting hard, as if they had been running for a long time. Wait a minute. Who are these people? Definitely not the SDU. Are they native? What are they running from? Are they natives of this planet? Were you being chased? By whom? Nobody answered. I didn't even know if they spoke the same language. Pine Waruse! Yeah, Pine Waruse! Couldn't have been Takumi or the others chasing them, so... Invaders? Wait, are they being hunted down? I guess Veshness is a dictator, so... Maybe they're being hunted down by the Kralians, too. Huh. You can hide here if you want. This place was destroyed a while ago. It's unlikely anyone will come looking for you here. Still no response, but I can sense they were listening. Oh. The cafeteria here is stocked with more than enough food for all of us. It's mostly sardines, but... you like fish? The mystery group wasn't moving at all. I didn't even hear them whispering amongst themselves. They were probably communicating with each other non-verbally. Oh, we do have some bonito. Or maybe they were trying to decide who would get to attack me first. After all, to the natives of this planet, I was the invader. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm blind. I don't know how many of you are here and obviously won't be able to attack you. I lied as I breathed.
Oh.
I'm heading back inside. Follow me if you intend to hide here. I turned my back on the mystery group and started walking. I was defenseless, so if they killed me, they could have the hiding spot to themselves. Yet they followed me so politely. When I staggered, they wouldn't even stop and wait out of consideration for me. Oh, when I staggered, they even stopped and waited out of consideration for me. One step at a time, I went farther into the building with a hand on the wall, taking care to use a route that couldn't be seen from the outside. Finally, I found myself in the cafeteria with the mystery group in tow.
Huh.
This place should be safe. You can eat anything you find here. No, not my hand, but everything else? No, don't eat that. I'm pretty sure that's made of plastic. Hey, are you trying to eat the table? Hey, stop that! And then I went back to my usual spot and sat down. Smile. Huh? Where was my bag? I remember I left it here. I felt around the floor next to me with my right hand for the bag that contained the undying flame bomb. Where was it? Where could it be? Something heavy suddenly fell into my lap. Someone had placed something there. I gingerly touched it with my fingertips. It was my bomb. Yay! What does this button do?
Huh.
You found it for me? I asked my surroundings, but received no response. I put the bag on my shoulders so that I would never lose it again. Leaning against the wall, I let my hearing take over. I heard the sound of rummaging for food. It didn't seem like they were interested in attacking me, well, for now. It was likely they would leave once the enemies that were after them went away. Then I would be back waiting for day 100, all alone, so that I could witness the ending that everyone made for themselves. Sometime later, I heard the sound of a can of bonito being opened. I guess they decided to eat the food that was here. They sat a cautious distance away, but were still close enough to keep an eye on me. I hoped they got to eat something they liked, at least. Since I couldn't see, I couldn't even choose the kind of food I wanted to eat. That reminded me of the 5 cans of pickled fish I had to eat in a row. Pickled fish is good. Well, not 5 times in a row. I inadvertently nodded off, even though I hadn't been feeling particularly sleepy. And it is time for a very, very, very quick break. Give me one moment. So sorry about that, guys. I have a little bit of what I call pre-sick sore throat. So I took a little bit of cough syrup instead, and hopefully not me being sick tomorrow. But yeah, a little bit of pre-sick sore throat. So we'll see what happens. Eat your vegetables. Eat your vegetables, indeed. Don't just eat the chocolate. And thus, I fell asleep while being surrounded by a number of natives. Perhaps it was because I felt no animosity from them. I could sense they were friends as they huddled closely together to eat and to rest in this unknown place. Maybe they were sharing their favorite foods with each other. Now you're gonna get chocolate out of spite. Okay, only one piece though. Maybe they were exchanging jokes with each other, so quietly that I couldn't hear. Whatever it was, the atmosphere was like a comfortable blanket over my body, warming me up and making me sleepy. Like something I once had myself, up until a short while ago. How did I not realize sooner what a beautiful thing that had been? Dang. Late that night, somebody was shaking my shoulders. I sensed that I had been surrounded by a few people who were looking down at me. What is it? Oh, look. They're wearing little, like, white ponchos, it looks like.
Why are you here?
It was the voice of a child. A young girl who seemed to be about 8 or 9. A native of this planet. A Kralian child. Thinking back, I realized I had never met anyone from this planet before. Well, there was Ava, and she baked some really nice cakes, but, well, during my defensive battles, nor with Veshness, I suppose. Oh, they're the Futurans, right? Not the Kralians. Yeah, the Kralians are the colorful ones. Had they been isolated from the war? Maybe in a shelter of sorts, like the TRC.
Why are you alone?
The girl asked again. Since she was speaking as their representative, they were likely a group of children. Dang, they're only 8 and 9, and they're, like, running from war. I mean, there are places in this world that are torn apart by war, and I can't imagine how children could possibly survive, but hopefully one day we have some level of peace. It was as if this was a tense cross-examination, and my responses would determine their course of action. Well, one thing led to another, and I wasn't allowed to stay with my friends anymore. That's why I came here by myself.
Why? What happened?
I did something bad, and ended up hurting the others. That's why I can't stay with them anymore. Upon hearing me say something bad, the girl took one step back. An astute decision.
Were you forced out?
No. I went away of my own free will. Here's a flashback in case you want to watch a movie of it. It was so like Takumi to say that. In fact, his words made me waver for a brief moment. I wanted to cling to those words forever. To selfishly feel like I had been forgiven. But it was pointless for me to stay. I don't belong there. I could never, ever forgive myself for doing the unforgivable to them. That's why I had to leave.
You can't go back anymore?
No, I can't go back. That's why I'm here.
Huh.
What about you? Were you being chased by something? At that, I could hear murmuring from behind the girl. They seemed to be discussing whether or not to reveal the answer. We can't go back either. Why not?
Because we broke our promise.
Dang. I ate candy from the candy jar, and Mommy told me not to, and now I can never go home again. Very childlike. She sounded so very sad. I didn't know what the other Futurans looked like, having only seen the commanders. But it seemed like they felt sadness. The same way we did.
Huh.
What promise did you break?
We were told not to go outside, but we went anyway because we thought it would be okay. But we got lost and ended up in an unfamiliar place. Monsters chased us and we got farther and farther from home.
And that was how you ended up here? They might be from Commune's village then. I think she must have nodded. There were other people living on this planet besides the commanders and invaders. At the very least, these children probably had nothing to do with the war. Hopefully they're not child soldiers. Since they were being pursued, they were likely targets as well. They were targets, even though they had no way of fighting back. Unlike us.
Huh.
You don't know how to get back?
No.
There should be a map somewhere in this facility. If you can find it, you may be able to find your way back home. I wish I could help you look for it, but as you can see, I won't be very helpful in that department. Haha, because I'm blind, get it? It's funny. Yeah. So feel free to look for it for yourselves. The children, other than the girl in front of me, immediately scattered in all directions, likely taking my advice to look for the map. Wait, don't go in there! That's the 18+ section of the library! There had to be a map somewhere. As you can see, I can't. How's it going, Con? I would surely find it if they split up. And once they did, they were likely to depart by tomorrow, leaving me alone to wait for the end by myself. I heard a soft thud next to me, an indication that the girl in front of me had moved to sit down. She was so close, I could touch her if I just stretched out my hand. You're being way too trusting, Missy. Or maybe she felt like I posed no danger because I couldn't see?
No chance of forgiveness.
Wait, are you British? You mean me?
Yeah. Aren't you sad you can't go back?
We're playing 100 Line Last Defense Academy. Nah, it's too late for me.
Why?
Good question. Because the mistake I made was too big to be atoned for. Nobody will forgive me. And that's why I can't go back.
Okay.
She started chomping down ravenously on an opened can of food. Is that bonito? Most likely, these children simply wanted to take a peek at what was going on outside and hadn't planned to end up so far away from home. The possibility of not being able to make it back would have never occurred to them, since they broke their promise to the adults out of mere curiosity. Hopefully they can get back home. Maybe Eito has to take them home.
Maybe we won't be forgiven too.
You guys are 8. It's like, it's your job to make mistakes. That's true. I would say, like, until like the age of like 21, it's generally your job to make mistakes. No, we'll say 18 because legally. Do I stream every day? I usually stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. She wondered out loud as she ate her food. Not being able to make it home was not the only worry on these children's minds. They also feared that, like me, they wouldn't be allowed back into the fold again. I could immediately think of a number of encouraging statements I had gleaned from books that I read. It's okay! As long as you believe in yourself, you can do it! Now, that sounds stupid. But then, I'd be lying to them. Something I was adverse to do to these children. However, that also meant that now I had nothing comforting to say to her. Being someone unforgiven myself. I mean, to be fair, sometimes the most comforting thing is just to have someone there. Especially since it's an adult, since... Well, I guess he's not an adult, he's a teenager, but... an adult compared to the children. In the end, I kept quiet. And she, too, said nothing more. When the children who had gone searching returned, they huddled back together. Their whispering voices eventually became softer and softer, until everyone fell asleep. With a hand on the bomb in my lap, I eventually slept as well. How's sad, Ato? Very sad. Man, Ato, I keep saying this, but Ato is the biggest victim. Huh? I jolted awake when I felt my arm being tugged on. What happened?
Come with us.
The children were already awake, but something was clearly wrong. They were as panicked as they had been when they first came here. They pulled me outside second to last Defense Academy. As I felt the wind on my skin, I could also smell the scent of blood. Well, apparently, I guess my sense of smell is back. I don't know, maybe his nose healed itself. The game doesn't look, it's very interesting, but it takes it's a story, so you have to, keep up with it. But thanks for joining. I'm glad you're enjoying this, friends. Faraz.
Look there!
I'm sorry, but I can't see. I felt her hand that had been pulling me along suddenly let go, as if she'd forgotten I was blind. Can you describe what's going on?
The monsters, they're coming this way. I think they've realized that people are here.
Dang, they're just seriously hunting down people indiscriminately. That's awful. How many?
Too many to count.
What number can you count to?
I'm practicing 5, but after 5...
Some of the children were shouting while others were trying to calm themselves down. Some started crying and others got angry. Nobody had expected this to happen. Damn, there's an entire crowd of children. Oh my god! Where am I from? I'm from California. They left their home without thinking too deeply about the consequences. It likely never crossed their mind. Ato's daycare. That leaving was tantamount to breaking their promise. These are the daughters that they've been looking for! Where's my daughter? Now they regretted it. They wished they never left. They were facing the grim reality of death, and they were starting to give up. They resigned themselves to the possibility that they might die without ever being forgiven. Did you find it?
What?
The way home.
We found a map.
Oh, you're from Chicago. Welcome. Ito has now pay for your daycare. He runs the daycare.
There's no point. We can't go back.
Why not? Because of the monsters? Because you might not be forgiven for breaking your promise? No answer. Perhaps it was a little bit of both. How about this? I'll hold the monsters back and you guys run away once you find an opening.
That isn't gonna work. You can't fight.
Hey, you give me too little credit. I'm actually pretty strong. When I said I couldn't fight, I lied!
You can't see.
I'll make it work somehow. If you have a giant-ass scythe like me, you just literally have to spin in a circle. Anyway, can you do what I just said?
But we broke our promise. Everyone must be so mad at us.
Whoa! It turns out some of the Futurans are British! Oh, yep, those are the Kralians. The sound of rumbling and stomping became louder. I didn't need an enhanced hearing to know that this was clearly a large army. Not as many as the ones we faced in our defensive battles, but more than enough to cause a group of helpless children despair. Time was... Despair? Go, Kralians! I had to convince these children to flee. Listen, I won't say everything will be fine.
Huh?
I know you hear the boop, boop, boop of their footsteps. That'd be really irresponsible of me to say since I had no idea if you'll be forgiven for what you did. Instead, I'll tell you something I want you to remember. Words from the bottom of my heart. From a person whose life is based on made-up memories, goals, grudges. Feelings I hadn't been able to convey until now.
Forgiveness isn't something dispensed on the spot, but based on the actions you choose to take after the mistake.
That's right, you have to earn forgiveness. That's something I always say. There's so many people who are like, why won't you forgive me? Forgive me already, forgive me! AKA Manakyn, right? But no, you gotta earn forgiveness, man.
So the most important thing is, what will you do from now on?
So?
If you want forgiveness, work hard to gain it, instead of dwelling on your mistakes.
That is a real... Dang, Ato really is becoming... Man. I wonder if Ato wasn't cursed with that disease or that condition. I think he'd been an okay dude.
Well, there's still time for you to redeem yourself.
What do we do from now on?
I took out my infuser and drove it into my chest. There were likely no commanders among the approaching swarm. I could take a group of minions myself. Now! Go!
Did you just stab yourself? Did you just stab yourself, mister?
Don't worry about it! Oh, no, that's my stomach! Oh, that's my spleen! Okay, got it! If you can earn forgiveness, some people are very stingy about forgiveness. That is true. Sometimes, no matter what you can do, you can't earn forgiveness. So what I always say, forgiveness isn't about the person forgiving you. It's about the process you take to earn it. That's my belief. Trust the process. Oh, God! No! Jeez, it's working! I know it will! Maybe you should have explained the infuser. How many hours? I usually stream for about 3 hours. Sometimes longer.
But what about you?
Just trust the process! No, it's gonna work! Ah! I said go! I shouted at them angrily. The girl bolted at my command, and the other children quickly followed. Their little footsteps eventually faded into the distance. Good. Get as far away as you can. This strategy of mine wouldn't work otherwise. The next thing I heard was heavy stomping, indicating the invaders were marching ever closer. I gripped my weapon tightly, waited for them to get close. They would be pleasantly surprised to find me here. It was quite likely they would prefer to hunt a planet invader over native children. The children wouldn't be pursued. They would be safe as long as I could keep the enemies here. Well, here goes nothing! Ah! Oh God, that was my leg! I'm still getting used to the blindness. Give me a moment. Okay. I could sense my class weapon tearing the enemy apart with a swing. Good. Let me follow up with... Right, left, front, back, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start! The invaders started attacking non-stop. Whenever I felt something hit my body, I could swing my weapon in that direction. I would love invader plushies. I would absolutely get the what is it? The big guy? the big gorilla guy. It worked because it guaranteed I would hit something. I kept repeating this while moving around. However, you buy the purple one? Fair. Oh, jeez. Well, this is a shame. I thought I could last longer than this. I'd underestimated the sheer force of their numbers. The school invaders lunged at me as one when I left myself open after an attack. My class armor protected me, but it had its limits. Since my data was removed from the Revive-O-Matic again, I would be killed for real if I continued fighting. It doesn't really matter, he's outside the school right now. But I couldn't let them kill me. They would continue chasing the children if they did. I had to take out every last invader. Now, if I wanted the children to be safe. But why? Just my pride, I suppose. Edo lost because he got the Konami code wrong. Oh god, I pressed up 3 times! Even I had my pride. Ending a defective life by using it to protect someone. Wasn't that bad of an idea? Although my efforts to gain forgiveness came a tad bit too late. I was still a former member of the STU. That said, I also knew I was fighting a losing battle. At my current strength, I couldn't fight this many enemies at once. I couldn't even be proper bait or stall for time. Only one thing left to do. A concerted attack knocked my class weapon out of my hands. Now you've done it. The invaders surrounded me, now defenseless, and started battering me with all their might. Excruciating pain rippled through my body despite the protection of my class armor. I thought I might lose consciousness before death paid me a visit. The weight on top of me became heavier and heavier. More and more invaders were piling on top of me so that they might kill me. That'll do. That'll do just fine!
It's time.
Farewell, Eto. I reached inside the bag I had been shielding with my body and touched the button that would detonate the bomb.
Huh?
The answer to your question is yes, that is indeed possible. But what would even be the point? Very well, I assume I get to choose which memories to implant. Even though all that does is deepen the emptiness in your heart, well, oh, he has to wipe his memories? I certainly won't stop you if that's what you want. I would have preferred for you to become a proper war asset instead of, whatever this is.
Yeah.
That is my honest opinion.
I asked Sirei for a favor back then. He took me to the infirmary and carried out the requested procedure. Memory manipulation. That's kind of sad, man. If he remembers this, that means he realizes that the memories he put in aren't even real. At first, I thought about him asking to erase all my memories. Everything would be gone. Sadness, anger, remorse. All that would be left is love and peace. It was only right for me to die as my own self. My own buggy, corrupted, and defective self. I was the burden I had to bear until the bitter end. So I made that selfish request. For non-existent memories. Damn. They're not even real, but he got to see Yugamu in a swimsuit. Memories of having a great time with everyone. Except Ava. For some reason, she had no idea what was going on, but, you know, whatever. While being aware of the duplicity of these memories, that they were all lies. Yet here I was, surrounded by the warmth and happiness I felt back then. I definitely know what a pool is. Dang, we don't even see the scene with Kiyoshika, Darumi. Oh. And yet, here I was right now, surrounded by the warmth and happiness I felt back then.
Takumi, everyone, it's unfortunate I won't get to witness how things turn out for you, but I'm praying for your victory. No, actually,
For your happiness?
I'm praying for your happiness. From the bottom of my heart.
Goodbye, Eito. Does the Goodbye Eito route only have one ending? It only has one ending. Huh. Dang. So apparently it was 85 on day 87, and he died on day 88, man. So we never actually know what happened to them. Okay, so I'll leave this to you guys, okay? We can continue on what I think is going to be the true ending, or we can go back to the Kiss Hiruko. So I'll let you guys decide. This is your favorite ending. It is an interesting ending to see, what's his name? To see Eito take on such a different view of the world after realizing that his memories are fake. Like I say, Eito is 100% the biggest victim. Kiss Hiruko, he redeemed himself, yeah. All right, looks like everyone wants me to kiss Hiruko, or not kiss Hiruko. Kiss Hiruko, no. Okay, so last time we attempted to, we kissed her, or we tried to kiss her. She punched me. We ended up falling off the roof. We lost all our memories, and then I started in The Bachelor, and Eito was watching. Yeah. This time, we'll not kiss Hiruko, and then she'll be all like, I remember that she said, oh, you have to do as I say, and then I'll tell you my secret, or something like that. And then, now we're going to choose not to kiss Hiruko, and then she's going to say, well, you didn't do as I say, so you stupid Hiruko. Anyway, we're gonna go date Kura. I actually really like the romance routes. I like seeing different sides of the romance of Kurara and Kiyoshika. She was vulnerable. She looked at me seriously and wanted to kiss me. But I decided, nah, she's just being stupid. Who would want to kiss a woman? Wait, Takumi, this is a different route, right? I'm not straight in this route, right? This was one order I wasn't willing to follow. I couldn't kiss Hiruko. Not with the way I felt about Karu. Nope, we're out of here. Anyway, do you guys like the fish route? I think the fish route was good. Takumi, you do not like Miss Pumpkin Spice Latte, okay? Nozomi is the type of girl who is addicted to Labubus. She claims that she likes anime, but has only ever watched 3 episodes of My Hero Academy, and her favorite character, of course, is Ochako. It's like, she's the type of girl who goes to brunch with her friends on Saturdays, but gets upset when the waiter doesn't bring her water without ice, because she expects the waiters to remember that she doesn't like ice in her water, okay? She is that girl, okay? She is basic piece of crap. Get with Tsubasa, get with Hiruko, get with Kurara, just not Nozomi. Anyway, I wasn't sure those two were the same person or not, but I think the streamer is. I wonder if they're going to remember that none of this is real, or none of their memories are real in this route. But when I thought about them, I knew I couldn't go through with this. So I didn't say or do anything. I honestly, I can't believe it. Hiruko just confessed to Takumi. And Takumi responded, I have a girlfriend. She didn't... Look at how sad you made her! She didn't speak either. This hurts more than when that girl in 6th grade asked me to dance, and I was like eating pizza so I couldn't dance, and then she went to the bathroom and cried. We both sat there in silence, gazing at the undying flames flickering in the distance. After what seemed like a long time, Hiruko finally broke the silence. Is she going to say like, oh, you thought I was serious? I don't actually care. I didn't actually want you to kiss me.
You didn't think I was serious, did you?
No, Hiruko, no! No! This is so painful! All she's thinking is, I need to preserve my dignity. I didn't get rejected, I didn't care. I'm so sorry, Hiruko. Takumi's a loser, I'm so sorry.
Honestly, you're just as naive as ever.
Look at her forced smile. I'm not sure you guys can see it. It's very small, but she has like this forced smile. A faint smile played across her lips for a moment. Then she abruptly got to her feet. She left without saying another. She's gonna go back to her room to cry. Oh, God. I didn't like him anyway. I could do better. I didn't have a chance to stop her, and was left all on my own. Once again, Hiroko had avoided telling me the truth. All of a sudden, she seemed so fragile, so vulnerable. Like if I called out to her now, she might completely disappear. She is never going to open herself up to another guy again. Takumi. Takumi. Despite all that, I think I finally had my answer. Just now, Hiroko said I was as naive as ever. That's a weird way to talk about someone you've only known for 9 days. Or maybe 9,000 days. Those words, along with everything else that had happened, were starting to add up. Hiroko was like me. She wasn't the same Hiroko that started out here in this timeline.
She's also a time traveler.
Get ready. Wow! Look at you guys.
Oh! Oh, hello! This is a supplemental broadcast. Ignore the announcement celebrating your milestone. We've already unlocked all the classrooms.
Hooray!
That means you don't get anything! Ha! Bye? Those two idiots. I'll be making time for that today. I had something much more important to deal with. Namely, picking things up where I left off with Hiroko. We rejected her. And now she's gonna kill us. She'd blown me off again last night, and I was getting tired of this. Today I get the truth out of her. Of course, just saying it was one thing. How do I actually do that? Technically, I refused to carry out Hiroko's final order, and the deal was off. If I tried a straightforward approach, he'd only blow me off again. But what else could I do? This sounds like such a cliche, but maybe I could give her a present. Make sure you drink water, guys. Something special. Something that would show her I really care and get her to trust me. Only problem is, I can't think of anything that would move Hiroko. What would she like? Pain? I thought, but nothing came to mind. Guess I'll just have to ask the others. And so after breakfast, I set off. They were out of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It sucks. All right, who do I talk to first? I'm so sorry. 8! Okay, what's up, Eito? Hello, Takumi. I've been thinking about when you visited me a while back and said, "You're alive?" I've been trying to figure out what you could have experienced to make you say that, Hand. And what? Oh, right, because we're like, "You're alive," because we went to another timeline where he was dead. You really want to know? Yeah.
Then let me out of here. I promise I'll tell you.
That was just another ruse, huh?
Was it, though? I assure you it's a very convincing theory.
As if anyone would fall for that. I glared at Eito for a moment in silence.
If you did let me out, I could be useful in other ways, too. I could act as your advisor. Help you out with any little things you didn't want anyone else knowing.
Not interested.
You're the one who's visiting me. Why are you even here, if not to hear what I have to say?
I came here for ideas on how to get through to Hideko. I'm not sure what I was expecting. But even if Eito did know anything useful, he was the last person I wanted to get help from.
Oh, don't look at me like that. I might just have to tell everyone about the other thing, you know?
What other thing?
About you coming from the future? You still haven't told them, have you?
Yeah, if we flex seal this guy's eyes, it'll be okay.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. It's a secret between you and me. And a secret this important isn't something you blurt out in the heat of a moment. No, I'm saving it for the right moment.
Suddenly, I noticed something sticking out of Eito's pocket. Hey, Eito, put that away! I darted forward, reached in, and pulled out. That looks like something that would require him to put. Okay. Oh God.
Can't you tell? It's a balloon! Not just any balloon. It's made of a special kind of rubber that makes it extra sturdy.
Stared at the balloon in my hand, trying to piece some things together.
You can have it if you like. There's plenty more where that came from.
I shoved it into my pocket and left. So we got a balloon. Why did they need to make it white?
Oh, yeah. You know. You know.
I'm trying to think. When does Ava escape from the cage? Or no, when does Ava open the cage to kill Shoma in the mystery route? Because maybe she learned it from an Eito from a different timeline? I don't know.
Takumi, perfect timing!
Can I put you in a turbo test real quick?
I'd rather you didn't.
Then what are you even doing here? What is there to do besides
SummerSlam!
There's Tunislev?
It's okay, I get it. You've come to interrogate me about that thing, right?
Well, it's true. I opened the valve for the fountain at the courtyard all the way. Yeah, I do plan to chat a little bit with you guys at the end of the stream, guys.
What about it? Are you saying that could have had something to do with how Eito escaped?
I didn't say anything about anything yet. It sounds like it could be important. Can you tell me some more about that?
It was yesterday, really early in the morning. I'd say 1 a.m. on day 9. I felt really hot. I know I am really hot. And I couldn't sleep, so I went for a little walk in the courtyard. Then I ended up talking to Eito.
Why? I've been wondering just how high that fountain over there can reach.
Maybe you'd be good enough to turn it up for me? Once he mentioned it, I got curious too. So I opened the valve and the water started shooting up like a huge geyser.
And you just left it?
Yeah, Eito asked me to. Said watching it would help him sleep.
Well, that was kind of suspicious, but I felt like I should remember it for later. Right now I had to focus on Hideko. She thought for a moment before answering.
I don't know how much this will help, but she once told me she likes stuff that comes in sets of 3 colors.
3 colors. Just like Triple H!
Yeah, stoplights, sports medals, that kind of thing. Even wine that's got red, white, and rose. Oh, and another thing.
Moko reached into her hood and pulled something out.
Huh?
Bread!
No.
It's got 3 flavors in one bun. I got it from the cafeteria. I was gonna eat it later, but I've got plenty. You can have this one.
No reason to say no, so I took the bread. Thanks, Moko. Oh, Ima and Kako. Are they doing detective work? Are they on the case?
Aha!
Please don't disturb the crime scene, Mr. Sumino. The world's greatest mystery-solving twins are working a case.
Ah.
A case?
Isn't it obvious? The SAD! Or Scandalous Outsuki Disappearance for short.
Why is the short version longer?
Huh?
Have you found any clues? No! But there is one thing that's interesting.
Takumi, did you notice anything strange about the courtyard when we came here last night?
After Goodbye Eito, Eito is sad. Who likes things in 3? Hiruko. No, not really.
The ground was damp. The whole place was soaked. There are a lot of plants, so there's a lot of moisture, but it was wet. It was like the courtyard had been made wet, like a sprinkler that goes off at 7:30 in the morning, and so the dead body would have been wet, but they used a tarp that was from the biolab to ensure that it wasn't, and then after that they took off the tarp and they put a lab coat on top of it and they stabbed him, but the body was dead so it wouldn't bleed, so they had to kill a chicken and put the blood on top.
That was oddly specific, Kako.
It was just a theory.
Ah.
I didn't notice anything like that, but what's that got to do with the sad case? That would be silly, Kako. Nothing like that would ever happen. That's the question we aim to answer during this investigation. The ground was wet. It's weird, but I've got other things to worry about. I asked Ima and Kako for ideas on how to open up Hiruko's heart. To their credit, the two of them gave the matter some serious thought before answering.
I've never really spoken to Hiruko, but if you want to open my heart, you just need to fund my DraftKings account. I'm on a 17 losing streak, but this is the one. I can feel it.
Me neither. I don't think I can tell you anything useful. That's too bad.
Maybe this will make up for it.
Kako reached into her pocket. Does her skirt have pockets? What is this?
It's a piece of poop.
Thank you, Kako. Very cool. She's kidding. It looks like some kind of animal fossil to me. I couldn't tell you what kind of animal it was.
We found it while we were looking for Eito. It looks rare, doesn't it? Here you go.
Without waiting for a reply, Kako pressed the strange fossil into my hand.
Have you heard of Poly Market? I was thinking of downloading that.
Wait, Kako, no more gambling. Oh, Shoma. Hey, Shoma's out here training. Good for you.
Oh, Takumi,
Are you here to help me train? I'm still so weak. I feel like I might keel over if an invader just looks at me hard enough. There's something else I wanted to talk about, actually. The funny music! I told Shoma about my quest to gather information. Something that will make Hiruko open her heart? Well, I can think of one thing. Me. Soft, Vinyl. Huh?
Huh?
Like plastic? Yes! Like a doll made from soft vinyl. Although doll isn't really the right word. Maybe figure. It's not just the human-shaped one she likes, after all.
Did Hiroko tell you this herself?
That's right. She used to collect them back at the complex. A sadistic ice queen like her is secretly being a passionate collector. It's kind of cute. They call that Moe Gap in Japan. She's a Lara, but just bad. Like Labubus. No, not Labubus. Oh god, the Labubus. Oh, speaking of toys, about 2 days ago, Eito asked me for something. I remembered right now, and it might be something to do with how he escaped.
Huh?
What did he ask you for? Some sturdy condom, rubber balloons. Empty ones, of course. Ones that haven't been used yet, because used ones would be gross, but he asked for about 100 of them.
Eight. Oh, what? Oh my, Eito.
100? I made them using the gift of Manakyn and gave him them that morning along with the breakfast. He said he wanted them to help him strengthen his endurance, his diaphragm, and improve his lung capacity. I didn't believe there was all there was to it, of course. But I didn't see how it could hurt. It's not like he knew about Archimedes' principle. Is it Archimedes' principle? The buoyancy principle? Okay, who next? Oh, Kiyoshika! We haven't talked to Kiyoshika in so... Takumi! I missed you! A way to rip out Mistress Hiruko's heart, huh?
That's not what I asked.
A way to get her cardiovascular muscle tingling?
That's not what I meant either.
Same diff. Did you or did you not ask for help stimulating her heart?
I guess so, but
Ooh, I've got it. Hit her with an AED. They're all about getting someone's heart moving. Ba-bum.
We are not going to electrocute her. Thank you, Darumi. Labubus are traumatizing everyone. Mostly because there are so many people who are throwing away their life savings to collect them. Something that would touch Lady Hiruko's heart. I missed you, Kiyoshika. I missed you so much. I am not sure how useful this would be, but I believe she likes cats. Cats? You know, furry creatures that go meow. She had a pet once in the complex. She admires their independence, their ability to work at night, and their hunting habits. Apparently, they remind her of herself in that way. Cats, huh? If I may, I've been wondering about Sir Eito. Do you really think he could have broken out of his cage without any assistance? Is something bothering you? It may be nothing, but... something curious happened 2 days ago on the night of day 8, after we all assembled in the cafeteria. When I heard there was no post-battle celebration, I wandered to the courtyard to get some air. While I was out there, I heard a voice coming from the animal pens. It was Sir Eito, of course. He requested that I close the drain in the corner of the grounds. The sound of the water was keeping him awake. Even a prisoner deserves humane treatment. So, I decided to shoot him.
So you did it?
I don't see how it could have any bearing on his escape, but I thought I should mention it.
Well, I think this is it. I don't know if I'm any closer to winning Hiruko over, but at least I know more about her interests.
I believe Lady Hiruko likes cats. no! A sadistic ice queen! A vinyl figure of a cat. But not just any cat. There's one more important detail I learned. And that's... she likes colors! So a cat with 3 colors. In other words, a calico. Isn't that a yogurt drink? Hold on. Yogurt drink calico? It's Calpico. I'm sorry. Calpico is the yogurt drink. Hey, we finally get the cat. Okay, it's done. Now I just need to give it to Hiroko. Took me a while to figure out where Hiroko was. You didn't just try her room the first thing? Someone told me they saw her at her room. Takumi, what are you doing here? Haven't you heard of knocking? Takumi, are you gonna say I screwed up? The truth is I care about you and I want to be together. Come. Hiroko, look. I understand. Sometimes people freak out. You're like, I like you. It's like, okay, see you in math class. It's like, sometimes people freak out. But what's important is that you make up for it. And also the sexy music is playing. Aren't calicos considered to bring luck? No. Calico is what you drink after going into the hot tub. Wait, no. That's Calpico. Calico, I have no idea. I'm sorry, I have something for you. Oh my goodness, he does care about me. No. Don't lose your composure. Am I blushing? I'm not blushing. I don't know if it's your kind of thing or not, but, I handed the calico figure to Hiroko. I don't understand. It's a present for you. I thought you might like it. Hiroko stared at the little plastic figure. Tears filled her eyes. Oh my god. It is Waga High. Oh my goodness. You gave her 70 million lavender 5 Kako figurines. Wait, tears? I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't think she'd like it that... She doesn't like it! She likes you, man! Come on! It's not possible. And the risque McKee. Huh? What do you mean? You couldn't possibly have known. About what? Oh yeah, I think it was in the zombie timeline where she told us about the calicos. Hiroko didn't reply, but put the calico figure down next to the 7 Kako figurines. There was more going on than I realized. But I got through to her. That much is clear. Oh no, it was serial killer. Sorry, not zombie. Pressing my advantage, I could look in her eyes and ask again. Hiroko, please, tell me the truth. Tell me about you. All I care about is your happiness. Please, let me make you happy. Let me make you the happiest woman in the world. No. Oh, dang! She has a persuasion? I never expected this. We haven't done this in a long time. What is this? Why are we in a different dimension right now? Why are there blue swirls? Why are there a whole bunch of people watching me through a screen? You're just giving me a gift?
Are you trying to buy me over with material goods? You must think I'm a fool.
That's not right.
Did you?
Come on, that's not what I'm doing at all.
That's right, last time Takumi died.
Ah,
I just wanted to express myself to you. My feelings, my intense emotions.
ah.
I thought it would help you understand that I'm acting in good faith. Or at least you can see how serious I am.
Anyway, a promise is a promise. You couldn't meet the conditions I laid out. You didn't follow my final order.
You
Therefore,
actually
I have no obligation.
meant that.
You actually meant that?
Takumi, you idiot! Why would you say you actually meant that? That is so dumb! You really wanted me to do it? Are you completely insane? Of course not. I was just teasing you. Stop jumping to conclusions. Well, it really doesn't matter.
Oh,
Seeing you right now doesn't inspire me. Forget I said anything. No! Oops! Whoa! Weird glitch!
are you trying to buy me over with material?
Come on. Ah, ah.
Anyway, a promise is a promise.
Okay.
You couldn't meet the conditions I laid out.
You mean last night?
You didn't follow my...
Oh, Takumi! Why would you question
you-
that? But it's not fair to make me follow that order. That's sexual assault.
Oh?
Yes, I ventured to ask for the impossible, but you were the one to agree to the terms. There's nothing you can do. Just give up. Well, it really doesn't matter.
Oh.
Bye. Whoa, weird glitch. Oh, whoa, that's a strange glitch, but, oh, look, it started over.
Are you trying...
Okay.
Come on. Ah, ah.
Anyway, a promise is a promise.
What are you talking about? I
You
never
can
promised
meet
you
the
anything. What, that was it?
But what are you talking about?
I don't really follow what you're saying. Oh? Then so be it. Although...
Well, there is something.
What is it, huh? What is that?
Oh?
Yeah, we're just
What is
gaslighting her
it?
now. It turns out the way to beat a girl boss is to girl boss her. Okay. Let me just ask this. Why would you give something like this to me? She wants to know if Takumi remembers the kiss. Oh! A calico cat figure.
What made you pick this to give to me of all things?
I thought you'd like it.
It's like I told you before. Ah,
I somehow knew you'd like it.
Oh,
I see. It's true. I do like Calpico. Also Calico. Being totally honest with you, I was happy you gave it to me. Gotta do some girl keeping, hell yeah.
how?
Kyoshka
How
told
did
me?
you know?
Shoma told me?
My
No.
fondness for
Moko told
soft
me?
vinyl figures.
No, don't answer any of them.
Couldn't possibly have known about that.
You told me! Yeah! Gaslight, baby!
well, Hideko, you told me yourself.
That's right, we gaslighting now!
Ah,
I asked Kyoshka, Shoma, and Moko about you, but that was just an excuse.
ah.
I knew long before I asked any of them. The fact that you like cats and collect calico toys? Like I said, I remember you telling me. How could you? No, that's impossible. This has to be some kind of mistake. Well, I guess you have my thanks. For the toy.
Thank you.
I'm glad you liked it. Oh, look at her. She's
I'm just glad
blushing.
you liked it.
Oh, look at her. Oh, they're falling in love, baby. Ooh. Hey, what did you say just now? What do you mean by that's impossible? Never mind. Don't worry about it. How am I supposed to? I told you it's some kind of mistake. You will not girl light me.
There's no way you could have known.
I do know. I am lying by the skin of my teeth. I know all too well. What is it you think you know exactly? All the pain and suffering you've been through.
Watch your mouth. Are you insane?
You've been hurting all on your own. You're lonely. I'm the only one who can fix you.
All on your own.
This whole time, shouldering this burden alone. Isn't that right? Stop it. I guess, if there's something weighing you down, I want a piece of that burden. Also a piece of that booty, if you know what I'm talking about, up top, Takumi. No, not just a piece.
Listen to me, Hiruko.
I want all
the
that
pain
booty.
and suffering you're feeling.
I'll share it with you.
I'll share it with you.
Takumi. Oh.
Hiruko, we can build a new future.
With 2.6 children in the suburbs.
One where nobody has to die.
We'll look for a good school district to move into.
A future where we all make it to day 100 with a smile.
And we'll grow old and we'll have to pay income taxes on our house, but then our kids will inherit it.
Not just day 100, day 101, day 102, and every day after that too.
You're going to be a financial advisor and I'll probably, I don't know, clean porta potties, but hey, you know what? I'm okay with you being the breadwinner.
Let's create a future where we can live happily forever. But if we're going to make that happen, you need to tell me everything. So please, tell me, Hiruko.
So we can make the perfect future that we all deserve together.
So we can make the perfect future that we all deserve together.
Got her. Got her. I got her. Yeah, we getting married. Oh, yeah. And finally, Takumi's over Nozomi, hopefully. Takumi, are you sure you want to break up with Nozomi? Also, are you sure you can handle it? The truth is a lot more cruel than you think. Once you hear it, there will be no going back. Are you prepared? Do you still want to know? I'm sure.
Oh?
All right. I'll tell you. But promise me one thing first. Whatever you might learn, don't let it destroy you. Instead, I'll take you on at SummerSlam. Then I can destroy you there. Okay, I looked into her eyes again. Hey, how's it going, Brian? Okay, I promise. Hiruko seemed to accept my resolve. Then she abruptly left the room and led me outside. What are we doing out here?
Oh.
I want us to see the satellite. It's like staring up at the moon. It's romantic. We're trying to slide into Hiruko's DMs, pretty much. Hiruko looked up at the night sky, where the pale, shimmering artificial satellite hung in the void of space.
It's so far away from us. Almost impossibly far. It looks so big. So close. Like we could reach out and touch it. but we'll never actually get there. Or more accurately, we've never got there.
Damn, 100 endings and we've never actually made it to the satellite? Kinda sucks. Not true, we destroyed the satellite in the cult ending.
Even after everything we've tried, it's always just out of reach.
I guess Hideko made it in the cult ending.
Everything we've tried?
Oh.
You've probably figured this out already, but I'm a time traveler just like you.
I hesitated for a moment, then nodded.
Oh.
But this isn't a one-time only thing. I've lived through these 100 days countless times. Every time things play out a little differently.
Wait, isn't this the timeline where Takumi's like, yeah, I read Ato's diary, and Hideko looks at me and she's like, God damn it, and then just leaves.
I've experienced all those variations, all the branching timelines. In fact, you can go to Chapter Select and see all the branching timelines for yourself.
Unless the cult ending wasn't a delusion. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure the comedy ending was just us being high on drugs.
That's why we've been able to tell when the next attack is coming, among other things.
Oh.
And all of this doesn't just apply to me.
Huh.
There's someone else. And that's you, Takumi.
Well, if I don't remember it, doesn't really do anything, does it?
You've also experienced our 100 days here countless times before.
What was she talking about? I was so confused I blurted the first thing that came into my head. That can't be right! This is only my second time here!
No, it's not. You've been through this just as much as me, over and over again in an endless loop. In fact, you've been through it so many times because that streamer Manakyn just can't make good decisions. We are looking at you, Manakyn.
I'm sorry, Hideko, I'm doing my best!
Even now, this is the most recent in a long series of 100-day cycles. You just can't remember the others. It can't be.
Strictly speaking, neither of us are time travelers in the way you think we are. This isn't a matter of us leaping back in time. It's more that we're trapped in a time loop.
Dang, can you imagine? You were born, and then the next day you were trapped in a time loop. A reminder, they were literally born on day 0.
That goes for me, and you too. You're the same as me, Takumi. You're not a time traveler. You're a time looper.
Oh, it's functionally the same thing. What? Open! What did I do? What did I do?
Strictly speaking, neither of us are time travelers in the way you think we are.
Oh, I already got the lock. Yay! How's it going, Magna?
This isn't a matter of us leaping back in time. It's more that we're trapped in a time loop.
The requirements were endings 34, 36, 72, and 76. It's probably the ending where she kisses us, so that's like the serial killer ending. Because that's where she tells us about the Calico figure. And I don't know. Takumi is an Ouroboros, kind of. Wait, the ritual ending with Gaku is required. Wait, what? Is that true? That's hilarious.
That goes for me, and you too.
What was important about that ending? I guess we learned a lot about, like, the gay. No, we actually didn't learn about the gay, but we learned a lot about different rituals.
You're the same as me, Takumi. You're not a time traveler. You're a time looper.
76 is history repeating. Okay, so that justifies... Wait, actually, let me look this up. Endings. I think I have a list of endings. Archive? No, gallery. Oh, dang it! I'll look it up when we get the chance to. The moment I heard those words, my head seemed to fill with a blindingly bright light. And then... Oh, frick! These are all the bad endings. Oh, I saw, Stirrups Leve. The next thing I knew, I was back in my room, lying in my bed. I still couldn't see the gallery, though.
You promised me you wouldn't let the truth destroy you. And yet, you fainted the moment you heard it. What are you? A salmon roe?
Hey, salmon roe is delicious.
What do you mean by that?
You're soft and squishy and fall apart when the heat is on.
Well, I can be as soft and squishy as you like, Hiruko. Excuse me. I hauled myself up and got to my feet. Sunlight was streaming in through the window. I must have been lying there all night. I remember about the other timeline. Oh, I remembered about the other timelines I've lived through these 100 days. About what happened in those other timelines. Oh, and I guess we should call them timelines.
Oh?
But not all of them, right? For example, do you remember when everyone was a fish? Wait, what? Did that actually... Never mind. Yeah, it's a little fragmented. For some reason, I feel like... Bonito? Is that right? No, we were mackerels. The Bonitos were losers.
Oh.
How many did you remember? 10? 20? More than that? No, not even that many. You're still just a beginner. A beginner? Come with me. Hey, where are we going? You wanted to hear the whole truth, didn't you? It's not something I can talk about here. Hiruko left the room. I followed her. We should be safe here. First, I want to hear what you know. Which TLs? Timeline. Timeline is the same number of syllables as TLs. That's the abbreviation for timeline, you idiot. I'm not really sure how to explain which ones I remembered.
Oh?
Any key points or characteristics will do. And by the way, the power of Bonito sucks. Wait, where did that come from, Hiruko? Never mind. Okay, but, honestly, I don't feel good about this. Too many of the timelines I remember ended in tragedy. So many of our friends died in those alternate realities. They were murdered. Killed in gruesome ways. Oh, that was my fault. Oops. It hurt just to think about them. I started to think I'd have it better off never remembering it at all. On the other hand, I warned you. Once you know the truth, there's no going back. But you said you could handle it. You promised to not let it destroy you. How's it going, Popcorn? I did say that, but I like salmon roe. Okay, here goes. Slowly, hesitantly, I told Hiroko what I remembered. The gay. A lot of those were gay Takumi. The series of murders caused by them. Why is this one required? Why is this one required at all? Getting into the escape pod with Hiroko Tsubasa, setting off for the satellite. This one was the Box of Calamity. Yeah, quite a few of them were Box of Calamity. There was another timeline with a serial killer, which was me. How's it going, Cloud? Except that time, it turned out to be Yugam. If you only knew Takumi! Wait, Yugamu? Yugamu was the killer? Leaving with Tsubasa and Hiroko? Yeah, it doesn't sound all that bad, huh? Oh. I felt a sudden jolt of pain in my head. My memories were getting mixed up. Honestly, my memories are getting mixed up. I don't remember exactly which route I did what, which maybe is kind of the point. Are you all right? Yeah, I think so. I squeezed Hiroko's hand to reassure her. Aww. And carried on. I told her about another timeline where zombies started appearing. And even worse, they were gay. And look at Kako, man. Look at Moko! Freaking Moko! Moko's the freaking best. In the end, I got caught by them too. Oh, he remembers this version of him? He remembers the version where, I guess Kyoshika escapes in this one, right? I don't remember exactly. Yeah, this is the one where Kyoshika escapes. Kako had rabies, yeah. High knees, Moko, heck yeah. No! The gay! Wait a minute. Did I become a zombie in that timeline as well? You did not. You were killed... Wait. Oh, that was Hiroko. Did I become a zombie in that timeline as well? Yeah, you were killed on day 58. Dang, he remembers. Zombie Ato attacked me. Ato! But after that... Zombie Ato attacked me from behind. But after that, there's nothing. I guess you wouldn't remember being a zombie, huh? Of course not. By that point, I wasn't me anymore. You know, this isn't so bad of a way to go. We'll talk more about that timeline later. Tell me about the others. I nodded. Yeah, any timeline where Tsubasa dies is a bad timeline. Any timeline where Tsubasa lives is a good one. There's not much more to tell. It's just one more I can remember. It started with Gaku being killed. And then Kako's body was found. After some investigation, we found out it was Shoma. Wait, he remembers this, but he doesn't remember the ending of it? But we don't even know the ending of this one. But then he was killed by Ava. You know about Ava, right? You don't have to check in with me like that. Assume I know everything. I hate her and her frickin' bakery. Okay, well, Ava activated her self-destruction and died. That still wasn't the end of it. The killings continued. Next to go with Tsubasa, then Moko. Oh, this isn't the one where the story got locked, I don't think. And then Kurara was found strangled. No, this was in the secret of the school's basement. That's all I know. Shoma and Ava both mention a mastermind called X, but we never figured out who that was. It's probably who killed Gaku, Tsubasa, Moko, and Kurara, though. Hiruko pushed up her glasses and directed a piercing glare at me. Does the word pheromone mean anything to you? Pheromone? Not really. What about yellow and red pills? No, I don't think so. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Are you sure that's everything? Yeah, of course. Wait, yellow and red pills. It sounds familiar. No, you do not remember. Oh, okay. Where Takumi became a zombie. He had like semi-consciousness. It was kind of interesting. She stared into space for a while, her expression unreadable. She was clearly thinking hard. Finally, she spoke. I take back what I said before. You're not Salmon Row. Your mind has a tempered steel shell that can shrug off any attack. What? What does that mean? Don't worry about it. You'll understand soon enough. Why do we keep moving around? Because the artists made these CGs and we need to use them, okay? She called us dense, maybe. If Takumi remembered the pheromone route, his mentality is I don't know. Either he would be cooked, or he'd be like, "Hey Yugamu, can you make something for me?" Is someone really going to eavesdrop on us? Probably not, but it pays to be careful. So going from place to place is safer than staying put. Hiruko nodded.
Oh.
I suppose it's my turn. Ask me anything apart from my credit card. Dang it! I mean, okay. Well, first of all, I want to know about your memories. When did you start remembering? Do you remember what happened on day 3? That's when you decided to keep it a secret that you came from the future.
Oh.
And you made up the story about reading Ato's diary to explain how you knew. My memories returned right after that. Although I don't remember everything either. Curses! Foiled again! I only managed to recall 146 times. God, she must be exhausted. I wonder if we go through timelines in the same order. Or like, maybe she goes to one timeline and I go to another one. So I might run into Hiruko in the past while I'm in the future, if that makes sense. 146? DLC routes. Yes, I've been through at least 146 loops. And by the way, no, there is no DLC. There is no romance route with Kako. Wait, what? No! And most of them I've made it to day 100. Doing the math, that makes 40. I've been living at this school, in this loop for at least 40 years. God damn. She must be exhausted. Oh my god. I couldn't even wrap my head around that length of time. It was making my brain freeze. I stood there dumbfounded.
Oh.
And that's only the bare minimum. Accounting for loops I haven't remembered yet. The real number is probably even bigger.
She's at least 50 years old. That's why she drinks wine.
This is only speculation, but I think something similar is going on with you.
She's a grandma. 40? Dang! Apparently you got some young grandmas.
There's a good chance you've lived through these 100 days as much as I have. At least 146 loops or 40 years. It's all happened and you've just forgotten. We need to switch the backdrop for a second. According to those 146 loops, a lot of different things have happened. But apart from a few exceptions, the enemy attacks always occur on the same days. Including Papa Dyslexia.
Oh.
That's why I insisted we go to second to last defense academy on day 6.
Oh, so because she remembered her memories early, she was able to save second to last defense academy. While Takumi decided to go after a certain battle because he doesn't realize there's immediately going to be another battle.
Day 7 would have been too late. That's when Mervrum attacks the school.
Oh.
Likewise, on day 8, there would have been attacks on both academies. If that happened, someone would be sure to die.
Yeah, we haven't seen these CGs for a while.
Getting the entire SDU together by day 6 was the only way to prevent that.
Did you tell Sirei and Nigo all of this? I mean, to be fair, if we're looping, maybe there's other people looping as well.
Yes, including the part about me being a time looper.
It's all starting to add up. That's how those two suddenly knew when the attacks would happen. Why didn't you tell me about the loop? You told Sirei and Nigo.
Huh?
I did tell you. I've told you and the others so many times in so many timelines.
But not this one.
But things always played out in the worst possible ways when I did.
I guess we don't remember any of those. Because I don't think there are any time... Not true. In the Box of Calamity route, I think she tells us about that. Yes? Yeah, she does tell us about that. Specifically, I remember in the Box of Calamity route. When she explains why she made Kako disappear.
Oh.
All of you died, and I was the only one left standing. It's happened like that dozens of times. For some reason, telling people the truth only takes us down dark, chaotic paths. The gay attacks. The dragon boxes. And even worse, Gaku got a harem. It's like we're cursed, never able to escape our fate or change it for the better. I don't want to watch you all die anymore. Maybe Gaku, but if I stayed quiet, I thought if I didn't tell anyone, then maybe.
But you're telling me about it now, is that okay?
You're the one who kept asking. You wouldn't let it go.
I guess that's true. I think technicality, she can't tell it from the start. I mean, I don't think she remembers until like a certain period, right?
Hideko drew in a deep breath and exhaled. She repeated the process a couple times until she regained her usual composure. It's all right. That's not the only reason I decided to tell you. I have a feeling that this timeline might be different.
Oh.
I've got no concrete grounds for thinking that. But...
Hideko reached into her pocket. She brought out a Kako figurine. No, not that one. Then she brought out a calico cat figure I'd given her yesterday. And squeezed it tenderly. Oh. Never mind. Don't worry about it. She put the cat back in her pocket and rustled around with the other Kako figurines and said no more.
Ah.
This explains a lot, but I still don't understand how we got here in the first place.
Oh?
Before we get into that, let me tell you some more about the loop itself. It begins on our second day here. More specifically, the night of day 2, right before Ato destroys Sirei. When the loop resets, it's always the same point in time.
Huh?
And when does it reset?
Huh.
It depends. There are 2 possibilities. Either when we die, or at 10 a.m. on day 100. I mean, didn't we make it to the satellite on in the Polycule route? Yeah, I lived with Ava for many years in the Ava route when when she became my baby mama. 10 a.m. day 100. Yes, right around the time the school launches its final attack. For whatever reason, even if we make it to the end, we still can't escape this place. When it gets to 10 o'clock, we'll be forced back to day 2 to do it all over again. You said you remembered a timeline where we managed to get into the escape pod, yes? Do you remember anything after that? Wait, I had 2.6 kids and lived in the suburbs? No, it was more like we had 2.6 kids and lived in abject poverty. I remember taking off for the satellite, watching the final attack through the window. Pew, 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 pew. It's more like their consciousnesses are stuck in the loop. You know what? I'm just going to not question it at this point. But nothing after that. You see, you don't have memories of us actually reaching the artificial satellite. Except for one route where we actually attack the satellite. I think I'm starting to... No, you do not remember that route. Shut up. Before we can get there, our consciousnesses are pulled back. Our consciousnesses are pulled back.
Huh?
And we start again. Hiroko nodded. But is this really all true? Somehow I have a distant memory of days beyond 100.
Oh.
I know I said things turned back in the loop on day 100 at 10 a.m. But that's no more than an educated guess. How's it going, Doc Platinum? It could end up being slightly earlier or later, or in some situations, much later. But even so, it doesn't change the fact that we'll be brought back to the evening of day 2 at some point. I remember this one route where you abandoned me for an alien woman. Excuse me? Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Think about it. No. If you continue to exist in a timeline after day 100, into old age, how could you possibly retain those memories from after day 100 in the here and now? Wait, what? If you continued to exist in a timeline after day 100 into old age, how could you possibly retain these... You know what? I'm not going to think about it. There are like a million Takumis running around in a million different timelines. You're right. If we weren't caught in this loop, I wouldn't be able to remember any of that time. I must have gone back to day 2, even in those longer timelines. That's why I can only vaguely remember them.
Oh.
But going beyond day 100 is an extremely rare, anomalous
event. Say Vehement. Say. Vehement.
I hate that word.
It's probably safe to say that in general.
Do you think there's a chance for one of them to have Riz? It'd take at least 1 billion. Yeah, we kept playing the game, which is why they're stuck in a time loop.
The loop turns back on itself on day 100 at 10 a.m.
We're in the forest now. When I arrived back in the past, I didn't have any memories from other timelines. Was it the same for you?
I told you already. My memories start returning on day 3. We forget everything the moment we're returned to the start of the loop. In some cases, like right now, we suddenly remember. I have no idea what causes it, or if there's any kind of rule governing the process.
That is weird. Especially since I remember my first timeline in day 2.
That's probably because of your cryptoglobin.
What?
The first timeline we experienced, I'll call that Route 0. During that cycle, you absorbed Ato's power, but also, you killed a baby.
When I was killed by Ato, all of my cryptoglobin was incorporated into him.
I'm a baby.
Sabra, I'm a baby. You killed me. By the way, eventually you know me as Facebook.
And now...
On the 100th day, you had Facebook's power inside you. That made you strong enough to retain your memories.
Wait.
Oh.
Well, so the loop and the cryptoglobin are related?
It only stands to reason. Think about it. What's your specialist skill?
Special redo? The ability that I've literally never used? Not true, I've used it exactly once.
See, it all adds up.
But your skill is special discipline. It's totally different from mine.
You know how some people are really good at multiple subjects? Like history and math? I'm just smart.
So you're just smart?
I do.
Then why haven't I ever seen you do it before? I'm never going to stop calling him Facebook. Wait, I thought my ability was one last strike.
Technically, I've never seen you redo something either.
Because I've never used it.
The effects of skills that alter the flow of time are only visible to their user. Neither can tell when the other uses it, or what changes when they do.
Does that mean there are defensive battles where we've only won thanks to you redoing stuff?
I've lived through this loop 146 times. Don't underestimate what I can do.
Well, I can one last strike. We're back at the bicycle parking. Okay, I think I get that the time loop is caused by specialist skills. But there's... Then what about Ato's specialist divination? Can he go back in time? There's still something I don't understand. At the end of the first cycle, I wanted to change things more than anything. That's how I got back to day 2. Why does it keep happening in the other timelines? Why does dying or making it to 10 a.m. pull us at day 100 pull us back?
I don't know, but I have a theory. It's because there is a streamer right now playing our game over and over again because a bunch of writers wrote 100 endings and he is a goddamn completionist. Also, maybe the initial jump was the trigger. Think about spinning tops. They'd never stop spinning if it wasn't for friction.
Is that true? I don't actually remember my physics. I guess air resistance counts as friction. But is that true? It would never stop spinning? For example, what if it was subjected to different forces besides friction? Then it would stop, right? Is that how? I don't know. I don't remember my physics. The same goes for things like pendulums or springs going downstairs. Well, I do remember playing with slinkies. In a situation where there was no resistance, it would take one little push and they'd keep moving forever. Huh? You know what? Fine. Sure. Forever. That's right. Does that mean we're gonna be stuck here forever? Wait. Actually, it's not that bad. I get to spend time with Tsubasa. I get to spend time with you. Wait a second. The gays!
Oh.
There must be a way to break out. There has to be. What is it? Do you think I'd put up with that idiotic face of yours for over 14,000 days if I knew? Yes, because you love me. So we don't know how to escape. Not right now, at least. But what? Dang, this is one long cutscene. This is a first for me. Huh?
Oh.
The timeline we're currently in is different from the others. We've made it to day 11 without a single member of our team dying. In all 146 loops, that's never happened before. This timeline must be special. Because you're in it. I mean, because we're surviving. Since her skill is about accumulating power from killing enemies, Hiroko got to remember loops after a few of them. Although that would suggest she could do it since Route 0. Yeah, you know... Does she remember, like, did she go back in time in Route 0? It's like, is it possible that our time loops, in theory, go in different directions? It's like, we might not be on the same... We might not be jumping the same timelines. We might be going completely different ones. So there could be one I'm on, like, Route 107, and she's only on, like, Route 4. Maybe? I don't know. Is it necessarily a good thing? If neither of us have experienced a timeline like this, we won't be able to predict what's going to happen. Well, she predicts death, so maybe that's a good thing. That's true. Aside from when the enemy attacks occur, that is. But this could be our chance. She said in Route 0 she knew info about the war. True! So maybe her Route 0 is a different route than my Route 0. It's possible, right? This could be our first chance. Our chance to finally escape the loop. All the other timelines have ended in tragedy, one way or another. But this one could be different. The fact that we don't know what's coming means there's untapped possibilities. Hiruko's eyes were sparkly. I'd never seen her this excited. And I was falling in love. I mean, I love Tsubasa. Do you remember what I told you on the night of the third day?
Oh.
Routes before Route 0? No, I'm not saying that hers started on Route 0. What if her Route 0 was like my Route 7? Right, for example. Maybe that's how it works too. About not killing Ato and keeping your time travels secret from the others. I said those were probably the right choices. Because those choices are what created this timeline. Where we... Route -20. Where we finally have a chance to change things. Exactly. So, my coming from the future and the time loop... If we want to preserve this timeline's integrity, it's best we don't tell the others. There's a good chance things will develop the way they did in other timelines if we did. Scene change. There was still plenty I didn't understand about this time loop, but I had a pretty good grasp on the basics. I felt like Hiroko had told me everything she knew. But if there were other questions, I needed answers to. Why was Hiroko negotiating with an egg? Why did I tackle a man in a diving suit? What is the difference between parallel and perpendicular? Why was Ato still alive? Why was Ato still alive? Why does Hiroko like rough play? I can't think of a good one for this one. And perhaps strangest of all. Does Hiroko actually love me? Did he not pass middle school geometry? Hey, Takumi! Do you know what an octagon is? Shut up, Ato. Hold on. But as I was just about to ask her, that should do it for today. You'd love to see the roots before Route 0? Yeah, it'd be interesting. Because she's been through 146. But maybe in the 100... Here's the thing. There are some routes where Takumi dies pretty early. Maybe in those routes, Hiroko keeps going, and those are the 146 routes. Huh? You need time to process this. We'll pick it up again tomorrow. No, I'm fine, really. But Hiroko wouldn't listen. She turned around and headed toward the school, refusing to say more. Why is she always like this? Me and my teeny tiny brain. Well, with not much else to do, I went back to my room. Thinking about all those mysteries wouldn't do me a lot of good. Not to mention, we still have plenty of battles. So, I guess we'll have some free time! Will Hiroko become Takumi's next baby mama? Find out next time. Oh, man. I think we're gonna go through this route, and then we're gonna go back to the I call it the true ending. You'd kill for individual character routes. I mean, that would be interesting. I would love to see a Kako and Ima and Kako route. No, I would love to see a Kako route and an Ima route, like them separate. Kiyoma did the Lord's work with the Gakumi. God dang it. We must wait for more lore drops. Almost free. Almost free from this horrid, wretched game. I do like this game. It's fun, but it is a very, very long game. You love the dialogues in this route? Yeah, we're on day 11. So this is probably like the last timeline where it's actually extensive. This is our last extensive timeline. But yeah. Anyway, Ato. Ato went blind, man. That was a really dark route. But you know, it's kind of interesting to see Ato take on, like, you know, that type of role where, you know, he ends up being kind of like the fallen, like the kind of like attempting, like the villain that attempts to redeem himself. It's really interesting to see that, man. Like, what is it? Him sacrificing himself? Because let's be real here, a person like that, in the end, even if they wanted to redeem themselves, that would be their inevitable fate. They'd probably either die, get executed, get exiled. So that's actually real. That's actually very real. And it hurt it hurt, man. It hurt seeing Ato's route like that. Hiroko is his main love interest. It better be. I realized, is Tsubasa had 2 romance routes compared to everyone else's 1. Nozomi doesn't count because she's stupid. But yeah, imagine if all 148 routes were killing game. Holy, Hiroko was playing the killing game for 40 years. Oh man. Oh man. You know, when I first played this game, I didn't think I'd be so interested in going through all the routes. I thought I'd play through like a few routes and just say, okay, we'll call it a day. I actually have been really enjoying this. It gets me a chance to do some reading and do stupid voices and be silly with you guys. You know, some of these routes are really dark, man, and really interesting. Veshness's route was really dark. Goodbye Ato was really dark. Yeah. Yeah, this game has been super fun, actually. Yeah. If you guys haven't noticed, I also started and ended a little bit earlier because of daylight savings, partially because I'm hungry, and I'm trying to start a little bit earlier so I can go to sleep a little bit earlier as well. So, yeah, you know, whatever. Yeah. I was thinking that our next game might be Expedition 33, just because literally everyone has been saying it's Game of the Year. My 100-line Apollo Justice and Great Ace Attorney are backwards. I also think you added a random video into the Stardew Valley one. Thank you. I'm not very organized, but thank you for letting me know. I'll check to make sure, but I mean, if it's backwards, at least you know it's backwards. Yeah, but oh man. Oh man, I'm so glad that you guys are here along with me on the ride as well. It's just it's always fun to, you know, have people who, like, you know, enjoy these types of things, because, you know, these types of games, it's really interesting, to be honest. I didn't expect visual novels to have such a viewership, or at least have give me consistent viewership, you know, because so many streamers are out there streaming Call of Duty or you know, like I don't know, League of Legends. Like, League of Legends is like, I call it like the classic stream game, and then Fortnite and stuff like that. So I didn't expect there was actually, you know, anyone who actually cared about visual novels as like in a stream or something like that. So I'm really happy to see that there's so many people who show up for this. Came for the Takamaru, stayed for the lore. Oh man. Anyway, yeah. And, you know, I want to continue doing visual novels. I know Expedition 33 is more of a story-based game, but not really a visual novel. So we'll see. You're just here for whatever. So we'll see. There are some other games that I wanted to play that are visual novel-ish, but there are also strategy games. And as a result, like, people aren't interested in strategy anymore, man. Strategy games are a dying breed. Like, strategy games are like the only genre in all of gaming that has lost popularity in the past 15 years. People don't want to think anymore. You showed up because I was on your favorite route. I'm so glad to hear that, Panini. And you just love 100 line. 100 line is the best, man. When you said Gaku Frickin' Gaku harem, man. Strategy games when Tsubasa Kawana. Yeah, strategy is just Tsubasa. There is no strategy anymore. It's just Tsubasa. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting how, like, the battles in this game take like 10 minutes. If you guys remember Fire Emblem, the fights would take like, you know, 2 hours, and then the story would be like an hour. Just mod Tsubasa. Oh man. The real strategy is the crew playing Uno or Monopoly. Strategy games are your childhood. I'm glad to hear that, you know. Man, Advanced Wars and what is it called? Advanced Wars and Fire Emblem. Those were like big games when I was growing up, at least for me. Yeah. But yeah, that's mostly where I am right now. I would love to play other strategy games with you guys, but Age of Empires? Oh, good God. That's a little bit too big. It's like I need a very specialized audience for that. Age of Empires. Let's see how much 3 is on Steam. It's only 19 it's only 20 bucks. Dang, it's only 20 bucks. StarCraft? Oh my goodness. I used to play StarCraft. That was... Is the StarCraft competitive scene still a thing? Does StarCraft 2 still exist? Like, I haven't seen it in a very long time. I used to play Protoss. I used to put down the little big spider dudes. I think they were called Colossi. You were excited for the new Fire Emblem since they showed adult Sothis. I am very apprehensive for the new Fire Emblem after Fire Emblem Engage. I am a little bit concerned, to be honest, because I feel like after the success of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I think they're going to go down the direction that will essentially spell the destruction of Fire Emblem, which is they'll become too generically appealing to everyone, and as a result, they will appeal to no one. If that makes sense, right? You know, what is it? I think a lot of people bought Fire Emblem Three Houses, but we got Ike and Fire Emblem and get fair. I think one of the problems with Fire Emblem Three Houses is a lot of people bought it because it was very pretty, if that makes sense. It was like a really pretty Fire Emblem game. It's like, up until that point, we did not have a Fire Emblem game that looked pretty. It's like, if you guys remember, some of you guys might not remember, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. It was like, there were 3D things, but there were just, essentially there were 3D sprites going, But Fire Emblem Three Houses was incredibly pretty. And as a result, a lot of people bought it, and they liked the story. But most of the people, here's this crazy thing, right? When I talk about Fire Emblem Three Houses, almost always, with random people who've played it, almost always, when I ask that, the first thing they ask is, who did you marry? Which, the answer is always Marianne, because Marianne is the only answer that matters. But what they don't ask is, like, things like, what is it? He's talking about his old man video game. God dang it, get out. What they don't talk about is the strategy layer. In fact, most people who I know who played Fire Emblem Three Houses played it on easy mode because they didn't want to play through the strategy. They just wanted to play it and watch the animations, but they didn't want to play the strategy. So that's, to an extent, the problem I see Fire Emblem running into, because Dimitri is the GOAT. Fair. But one of the problems I think we have with Fire Emblem is if you remove the strategy layer, it's functionally a visual novel. So it's like, if Fire Emblem ends up becoming a visual novel with extra steps, then functionally nobody would care about it anymore, because it might as well just be a visual novel. Then people will just say, well, this is just a visual novel with extra steps. I think it's one of the problems with Fire Emblem, because ever since Fire Emblem Three Houses and then into Fire Emblem Engage, Fire Emblem doesn't really know what its identity is right now. Right? It kind of transitioned to visual novel, and I'm going to be honest, there are a lot of women who played Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is shocking, because most of Fire Emblem, like Fire Emblem 7, Fire Emblem 8, Fire Emblem, Radiant Dawn, Fire Emblem Echoes, right? I only ever saw guys play that until Fire Emblem Three Houses. Claude was awesome. Claude was awesome. Because women obviously can't play. Obviously, women can't play strategy games. Obviously. And Claude was our boy. Claude was 100% our boy. But this is what I mean. Okay. I hate first-person shooters. Okay, so this is kind of the philosophy I have. It's either visual novels or Animal Crossing. Exactly. Here's the thing. I hate first-person shooters, right? If I play a first-person shooter, and there are a few of them that I've played. I've played a few first-person shooters, like, I really like this game. I start to wonder, wait, is this even a first-person shooter if I like it? Because I don't like first-person shooters. And that's kind of the thing I run into, right? If a first-person shooter appeals to me, I generally believe, okay, this is a bad first-person shooter because it's appealing to someone that's outside of its audience. That's kind of how I see it, right? So if Fire Emblem mostly was played by one type of person and suddenly a whole bunch of other people like it, I'm like, is that really a good strategy to make your video game more generalized? Right? Women can't play. Women can't play for a strategy game. Women play Animal Crossing or visual novels about dating serial killers. That's all women You knew some of it from Super Smash Brothers. That's okay. You literally only knew Marth and Ike. I mean, fair. And I'm going to be honest, the whole marriage thing in a Fire Emblem, I think that was okay. I think this is the problem I'm going to have, and I think we saw it in Fire Emblem Engage, which was Fire Emblem didn't know what it wanted to be anymore. And so this is going to be an interesting question. Does it go back to like the more deep lore, political intrigue with like heavy-handed strategy, or is it more going to be like fun, silly stuff like, oh my god, the Divine Dragon is so amazing. I wish I was his water bottle. Freaking Fram. I can't believe... I freaking love that girl, but I also hate her. But beside the point. Yeah. But... yeah, that's how I view it. And, you know, to be fair, that's not the only game that's been going through this. There are a lot of different games that have been going through identity crises. Dragon Age the Veilguard is one of them. We don't talk about Dragon Age the Veilguard. Dragon Age the Veilguard is one. I think Assassin's Creed has been falling apart ever since Assassin's Creed... what came before Odyssey? Origins. Assassin's Creed Origins essentially just became an RPG. It wasn't an Assassin's Creed in terms of like, you know, actually like the assassination style of things. Like it didn't focus on assassination. It focused on like questing. And so ever since Origins and Odyssey and then Valhalla went high, but it's mostly due to, what is it called? Valhalla did pretty well, but mostly due to COVID. And then suddenly, you know, Assassin's Creed Shadows came out and people didn't really play it. Well, Assassin's Creed Shadows also came with a lot of controversy and that didn't help either. But at its core, Assassin's Creed also lost its way. Dragon Age, I have no idea what people were thinking about Dragon Age. Is that BioWare? Yeah. You do like Origins, it's pretty. I mean, no, they did a good job. And by the way, I think that's the problem. Because nowadays... have you guys noticed that more and more video games want to be movies? I kind of blame The Last of Us for this, but there are other people, there are other games that are like this as well. It's like you're walking like in like a swamp, and then it does a cutscene, and kind of, it does not really a cutscene, but it functionally is a cutscene. You're walking, you still control the character, but it's like, oh, look over there. They're just having a dialogue. You do notice? Yeah. And it's like, well, this is over here. I feel like there are so many writers in video games who, and I apologize for insulting people, but I also don't. They're rejected movie writers. Essentially, they couldn't make it into movies or animation, so they went into video games. And they kind of got in on an easy track because maybe they're like, I don't know, some millennial girl with like 6 different self-diagnosed mental illnesses. And so they go in and then they write essentially a movie. They don't write a game. they write a movie, and then like they kind of like do the bare minimum to make it a game. I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Exactly. I think a lot of new games are scrutinized in one way or another. No, I mean fair. I think have a good night. Hey, have a having a good night working while listening. I'm so glad that you're enjoying. I think I think there is I think there is either the devs or by the modern audience. The term modern audience is so hilarious to me. To me, like, when I hear modern audience, I hear someone who doesn't know what the audience wants. So they just assume the audience wants what they want because that is modern, right? I think so many people want to be J.K. Rowling, or who wrote The Lord of the Rings? Tolkien, right. I think there are so many people who want to be J.K. Rowling, Tolkien, these writers that wrote like fantastical characters and stuff like that. Everyone wants to be them. So they kind of do these like crazy plot twists, or like, oh, we have to promote like, oh, how what was that scene? You've never watched Lord of the Rings? Honestly, I barely remember it, but like, I remember there was this one scene from Lord of the Rings. It's kind of a silly scene, but it's very iconic. I think it was like one of the Nazgul riders or something like that. I don't remember. I'm sorry, I'm insulting the entire plot. But like, they were like, no man can defeat me. And then she takes off her helmet and she's like, I am no man. It's actually a woman. And that was the entire strategy was to get the woman over there to kill this guy. Because of that. And so as a result, you sent me art, thank you. Yeah, I'll have to check out your art later as well, Kioma. Yeah, so like, you know, a lot of people look at that one scene and they think, oh, okay, well, that is subverting expectations. And so they write like, oh, look, this woman is so good and something like that. And it's like, yeah, but you kind of didn't include like the most basic aspects of storytelling. Nowadays, it's all about like subverting expectations, or like doing the thing where Gandalf dies and comes back from the dead or something like that. It's like people are so obsessed with that, they've forgotten that, you know, you can subvert expectations, but nobody's going to care if the story's not good. It's like people are obsessed with their own egos, if that makes sense, right? Yeah, you need to do simple things. Most stories, the best stories, are incredibly simple. Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so, I think there are so many games nowadays who just don't know what they don't know what they want. They don't know who the audience is. And as a result, they're going out of business. I mean, what is it? Did you guys know Amazon actually just completely got rid of their entire gaming department? Amazon tried really hard to destroy Steam, and Steam won by literally doing nothing. Steam literally just sat there and said, okay, we're not going to do anything. And they won. Because Amazon is too busy, you know, trying to figure out, like, these fancy things of their audience. And in reality, it's really not that hard, you know? I think, you know, people make this bare minimum video game where it's almost all story and just, like moving your character around. And don't get me wrong, you can do that. For a great example of that is 100 Line. 100 Line functionally isn't a video game, it's functionally a book. But I enjoy it, and you know, we get to see the silly anime characters do stupid things, and Nozomi do pumpkin spice lattes. But yeah, so I get to experience that with you guys. It's a fun book, and it has the interactivity of, you know, being mostly dialogue, right? So is my channel functionally book club? Next, we will be reading Romantasy. We will be reading Moth Manager. It's finally book. This is book club, man. Welcome to Book Talk. Today, we will be talking about romantic fantasies, such as Morning Glory Milking Farm. Oh, God. I'm gonna get dinner before I die of stupidity. Don't look that up, guys. Don't do whatever you do. Do not Google image that. You've never seen much of Book Talk? Good. Stay away. Stay away from TikTok. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I need to get a salad because I have to be healthy today for some reason. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Yeah, screw it, I'm getting a freaking pozole. Do you have any quests for me? I'll see you all next time.